That's a nigga.
No, y'all are bugging though.
He had to turn that shit up all the.
You rather not be able to see than to not hear.
Yeah.
That's scary as fuck.
That's fine.
You can't see the world. Like
that's fine. I
can
hear the
think
world.
Daredevil
type shit.
Like what do you mean by that?
Daredevil
Not
can
being
see.
able to hear is scary.
Nigga, you would have.
deaf. He was a deaf nigga.
No, he was blind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but he could see.
But you could still like live
Type
a
shit, like,
normal
he's
life.
could see.
Shit.
Blind people live a normal life.
No. But you're closer to living. I don't even want to be offensive to no like but I just feel like you're closer to living a more like normal.
He cannot say it.
In terms of like your own life, I don't think it would upend your
A traditional and functioning life.
I just think it wouldn't change up your life that much compared to not being able to see.
Why? You would think that, right?
Like I can still drive. I might not hear you beep. Like that's fine with me. I might not be able to bump anything on an aux. Like it is what it is. But I can still drive. If there's a danger, I can still see around me. Like imagine like some shit's going down. Like you, like someone's following you behind you, and you don't know. That's wild.
The rest of your senses are heightened though if you lose one of them.
Is that true? Is that some shit they say on the comments?
No, that's true.
Nah, for real?
Your body adapts.
Nigga, you can't watch anime no more.
I barely watch it now. No bullshit.
But like y'all ever seen? You remember that
you
movie?
gonna be dressing whack as hell because you can't see shit, and you just gonna be. Nigga, you're not even.
I have faith. Nah,
you already know the physical law.
First of all, I already know my closet. You feel me? So
no, that's the thing. You're assuming that like you lost it in like the middle of your life. I'm talking about from start.
Well, that was a scenario, and then you making a whole new scenario.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we was talking
You said
about.
lose your hearing or lose your sight.
losing it. Yeah,
Okay. So not like you was blind.
Of course,
from the
you would
jump.
choose
Losing
seeing,
it is
bro.
having it and then not.
Losing your eyesight, bro. Of course, you would say you would rather lose your sight.
No,
You would rather lose your hearing. I meant to say because you already wear glasses.
This nigga already losing his hearing. We both losing the hearing.
But that's what I'm saying. But you
My
already wear
ears are
glasses.
good. I don't know why this nigga
so,
speaking.
Nah.
My ears are good.
That's debatable. I'm like, I've been on the same headphones as you for.
Bro, but I'm not
a little
losing
bit.
my sight. I just have impaired sight. I don't mean I'm losing it.
It's
It's
getting
just
worse,
fucked
bro.
up.
It hasn't been getting worse.
It hasn't gotten worse.
I had the same prescription for like the 5, 6 years, 7 years.
Oh, you're kind of lucky. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most people their sight gets worse.
That's
If you
'cause,
don't
like,
over time.
wear glasses and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think it gets worse.
Have you
Like,
taken
strain
any
your
damage
eyes
to
and
your
stuff.
ears
Oh, for sure.
over the years? Like how do you know though? When like I don't know. I guess
know.
you just asked
The music,
enough
yeah.
times.
the
Like, yo,
music
what
is
did you
louder.
say?
Now you know.
Like if you leave a
music is
function
louder
and your
now.
ears are just like ringing like every single time, like that's not good.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
like
ain't
not
never
good.
had my ears ring.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's
happened a
bad.
couple times.
It's really bad.
They're usually behind the speakers. So like, how would it affect?
There's a monitor, a booth monitor. So you have speakers like right next to you, and then you have the speakers that are outside. Then you have your headphones, which have to be louder than the booth sometimes, so you can hear the next song playing. Like, it's loud. You should hear other DJs. Like I'll accidentally grab someone else's headphones, or
And it's
I'll
mad
I'll
loud.
plug mine in at their settings, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I need to take this off. But yeah, it's
their
bad.
joint's
It's
gone.
bad.
That's bad, bro.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I don't even want to think of a world where that's just like one of those two things aren't available to me. Y'all ever watch that movie
That's
where the
called
dude was
privilege.
blind and like they went into his house to try to rob him?
Yeah.
And he like, because he was blind for so long, he was nice with it. Like
He was a Navy. SEAL or
Because he
something
was
like that,
blind
too.
for
That's
so
why.
long, he was nice with his blindness.
now
He
he
was
was nice
nice
in
with
terms
it.
of like his senses. Like he could cut the lights off and he knew every part of his house and everything. But that's all he knew. You send him outside, he's done for. Like,
All right.
okay.
Why are you thinking that? Oh yeah, if I'm a robber when he's on the street. No cap. No.
I'm just saying, don't get caught lacking rocking your
Oh
dog.
man,
You know?
he'll never know. He'll never see it coming.
But hey, man, you already know we rocking. It's another episode of Bad for the Community. It's Round the 508 God. I got Tomo to my left. Yes. We got St. East to his left.
Gang.
We got Nate Nix in the room.
Nah, you can't
Nah,
do that.
run that back. We got Nate Nix in the room.
Hello, how you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Niggas
bro.
treat me like a monkey, bro.
Yes, bro. You got to hit the
Nigga
line.
said yes.
You gotta attribute it for the blind people, bro. They can't see that.
I'm at,
Oh,
ooh, he makes a good point.
I mean, he already introduced me.
And we got a real special guest in the building. We got one of Boston's premier DJs. We got, whoa, claim that. You was nominated DJ of the year. Come on. We got Baby Indiglo in the building. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Why not talk that shit? Why not take that?
I can't. It's
Why
not
not?
in me for real to do that.
Even with all the years that you put in?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. It's so early still. I feel like I can't talk shit yet. Like not yet.
Okay, what
That's
do you have to
valid.
accomplish before like you can get to the, let me talk my shit?
A lot. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface at the moment. I don't know. There's just like so many other things. Like I feel like I'm at a different place now where like I'll go out someplace, even like to Starbucks or to a store, and they're like, oh, you DJ, you're so and so. Like that feels good. Like that didn't happen a few years ago, but I don't know. I feel like I'll never be at a point where I can be like, yeah, I'm so and so. Like this is who I am. Give me my flowers. Like demanding it.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's not part of my character to just be like in
That's
people's
real.
face about it.
You're
But
humble.
You're very humble.
yeah, I
'Cause
got
a lot of people, they're on the opposite end of the spectrum. They haven't done that much, but then they're like, bro, where's my
I deserve
recognition?
it all, right?
Where is it? And I'll be like, all right.
Nah, it's good to be
You
humble.
never gonna get it.
That's a fact. And for those who may not know, you know, you're always doing the Silk events, the Silk R&B events. I haven't pulled up to one, but I've been meaning to because I'm the R&B guy.
I'm about to say, out of all of us,
I'm not.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
no,
you
no,
haven't
that's
been.
a
That's
vibe.
wild.
Like I just want to go. I want to bring
I feel
my
like I was
shorty.
in
I want to
R&B.
listen to just
Don't
some
be popping
oldies.
out.
I guess
We
not.
in a crib.
They said it's not in Brockton.
I don't even be out. I mean,
Oh, yeah, say it.
Every week
yes,
you
yeah,
got
no
something to
bullshit.
say about Brockton, bro. Every
Always.
Because
week.
that's where he be
You
at.
don't hesitate.
He don't be in Brockton.
He been at SoundCloud many times.
But what was it about like just the Silk R&B shit that just like you're in space now and you just been doing that for years too? Like you're kind of like a staple in that event as well.
Yeah,
It's a whole
so
DJ event.
yeah, so I didn't put it together. So it's Real P and this other DJ Braun Dapper. They had started it. I want to say 2018, 2017 maybe. And it started at the W Hotel in downtown, and it was really, really small. It was like a free night, like no fee at the door or anything.
I bet that changed now.
Oh, it's done.
mean,
like
yeah.
we went from like 120, 150 people to like 2,000, 1,500 a
Shit.
night. So
like
like
wait, you saying like 2,000 per event?
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Oh.
So like it was really, really
nights are
small
big
and
nights.
intimate, and that was big. So so they had asked me, P had asked me to DJ when it was at the W once, because he would have rotating DJs come. And I was like, yeah, sure. And it was only like within my first year of like DJing parties and not just doing mixes, because that's what I started doing first. And then I had brought like a whole different crowd, because before it was a little bit like older, like more mature, not older, but it was a bit more mature crowd. And then I had like all my homies come through and stuff, and it just like really meshed well. And we were talking recently, he was saying like to date, that was probably like the best Silk that we've had. Because it was just so different and like a big melting pot. But that was in like 2018. So yeah, I've been doing it since then as the resident DJ. along
Were you
with P.
DJing before then though?
Just for like a year, like
year or
just
so?
a year or so, like for parties for real. So he caught me when I was like early on still, which was dope. So I've been growing with the party
Yeah.
within my skill, honestly.
And I noticed you said how like like the vibe kind of changed as more people have joined. Like, is it less intimate now? Do you kind of enjoy when it was less people, but it's like, I guess I don't know, the vibes. People are more likely to just kind of let go if there's not too many people around, especially with R&B. It's kind of like you're vulnerable, you dancing, you're having a good time type shit.
I feel like because it's R&B music that we're playing, and it's like strictly R&B, like
Yeah.
strictly R&B. Like very rarely we'll do like 1 to 2 hip hop songs, and that's it. And that's at like 155 and the lights are on. Like
It's
we're
like,
trying
wrap
to
up.
get, it's
Get the
time to
fuck
go
outta
live,
here.
and that's very, very rare because we really stay true to that. So because it's R&B music, I feel like it doesn't matter if there's 10 people or 1,000 people in the room. Like everyone's gonna feel vulnerable, because that's the type of feel you get when you listen to R&B.
So what does it look
So
like?
it
Like
doesn't
lights
matter.
and like I gotta imagine it's gotta be dark.
So for Silk, it's very clubby.
okay.
Like we have tables, bottle service, all that kind of stuff.
See, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, but
That's why I haven't gone there. Either.
But-
You know what I mean? I'm not a splurger. Like
you don't have to splurge. Like,
Man, you
so
just
we have
go
like
enjoy
the
yourself.
general area, so it's at Big Night Live. So you have the stage, which is like a huge stage. And then you have the general area, which is just like an open floor. And then all the sections are like on the perimeter of the whole place. So like all the center, you can just walk around and do whatever you want. You can pick a corner, you can pick a wall, be with your boo or whatever, and it's fine.
wall.
Like you're really good.
Yeah.
You're really, really
Get your
good.
little area.
Like especially you have a few drinks in. I feel like drinks and R&B and low lights is like
That's
the
a vibe.
best. It's
Yeah,
the best. Like
for
it doesn't
sure.
matter how many people are in there. You're gonna have a good time. But I wish that more people were able to experience Silk when it first started, because it's definitely different now in terms of space, but the feeling is still there. It's very much lovey-dovey, like family vibes. Like it's a good time.
That's my biggest worry.
It's
That's
fun.
why I don't like pulling up to the club, because sometimes like just weirdos be out there in the club. Like you see
Yeah.
that, especially if it is in a space where like it is more intimate, or people are going there to like maybe try to find somebody over there. I just feel like it's a lot of tolerance for just weird shit going on. I don't know.
That's everywhere. That's
gonna
really
say,
everywhere. It don't
No matter
matter.
where you
That
go.
is
It don't matter the setting. However, I feel like in my opinion, like I don't know how true this is, especially since we're bigger now. I feel like there's more women that go, so it's not.
Yeah, that's definitely
As
true.
a woman, I feel like it's less weird because I feel like when there's more dudes, I never have fun. It's like
Oh, those
I'm
worst
just
type
like
of parties.
annoyed. I'm like, please get out of my face. Like I
Yeah.
can't move and stuff like that. But it's usually like groups of girls together and like a few homeboys, and like usually the guys that go, they have a table and they're with their peoples or something like that. But everywhere you go for nightlife, there's gonna be something weird that's like out of control of the party, like the people that are throwing the party. But I feel like for us, because it's R&B, it attracts more women than men. So I
Does
feel
that
like
ever
the vibe
take a
is
toll
nice.
on you? Just like the late night DJing?
Yeah, absolutely. But in a weird way, like if I don't have anything going on the next day, like I'm fine. Like I can stay up till the crack of dawn. Like it really doesn't matter to me. But if I was like supposed to be working the next day, it's like, dang, like I am burnt out. I cannot go to work tomorrow. But I don't have to deal with that anymore. But I don't know. You have to be a night person. Like if you're not, like you're not gonna survive in like nightlife at all. Like
You feel like you got like a high social battery?
no.
No?
No.
So how do
no.
you survive in that type of element then?
Alcohol and the music. That's it.
That is enough to get you, right?
Not
talking
being
about that.
mixed
Funny.
around with like the crowd too much because like I can get overwhelmed. I'm just like, ooh, this is a lot. So I just stay
In the booth.
in the booth. Not
So,
to be
like-
weird, but just like I can't, like I don't have the energy or the emotional tolerance to like
Yeah.
push through a crowd of people that are like drunk as hell. I can't.
So for you as a DJ, do you find yourself like drinking a lot while you're DJing? 'Cause I
it
feel like the culture
depends.
around it is like shifting.
Well,
It's definitely
he tried to
shifting.
claim that, and I don't know if I was completely
Is
jacking
he here
it.
when we was even talking about that?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
When
That's
you
what
were
it
talking
was.
about like something along the lines of just like you feel like DJs are drinking less now, or
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case, bro. But
I feel like
tell-
less
tell
people are
them what
buying
you-
the DJs drinks and like so they're like drinking less.
Is there truth in that?
I don't know. Like, I feel like every DJ is different. Like, I met someone that's been DJing like forever, like way longer than me, and they're a big DJ in DC. And we were talking, and he was just like, "Yeah, like I never drink when I DJ." And I was like, "What? Like, I don't know how you do that." Like, I can't really because like I drink out of like nervousness. Like, I need to like shake it off. So like, I don't drink to get drunk. I just
Yeah.
drink to get a little
Open up.
open
Little
up.
vibe- Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially if it's like a new environment. However, with Silk, since I've been doing it for a while now, I kind of have like a mental routine. Like it's something I can prepare for because I know what to expect and so on and so forth. But if it's like a new party or I'm in like Providence, like somewhere like I'm not super used to, which is a bad example because I feel very comfortable in Providence. But if I'm just in a new area, I'm like, fuck, I need like at least a drink to loosen me up and then I'll be straight. But it's not smart to drink when you're super drunk. It can happen accidentally because people are always buying DJs drinks or like, here's a shot. Because they're like, they're not thinking about that as work. They're like, oh, we're at a party. And
Right.
it's
Let's
like, no,
get
I
lit.
need to focus. Like I can't fuck this up because no one's gonna have a good time if I mess up this transition. But I don't know. It really depends on the person. Like some people don't, some people do. I can't speak to if people or if DJs are drinking less now. But I can say between when I first started and now, I'm definitely more aware and conscious of like how much I'm drinking while I'm DJing because I was doing too much.
And you
I was
brought
like,
up DJing in Providence and Boston. How different are those scenes? Being not like
In my
is the Boston
opinion-
scene whack or like
in
ooh,
my
seems like you're leaning
opinion-
towards saying it is?
Wow.
no, in my opinion, it's just like
No,
night
the
and
Boston
day.
nightclub scene. Like
Nigga
you
from
know, it's
Boston.
just like after 10 o'clock, how much shit is
mean,
really
I
open?
feel like Providence
Yeah.
is mad ghetto, bro. No buzz.
It's a little
You
more
didn't say that
loose.
either.
Like I don't know how to explain
I
it.
was about
Like
to say,
to your point, like I don't want to say it's ghetto because like that's not
They always be
that's
fighting in
crazy,
the club.
but I don't know. I just feel like people don't
That's just
care.
club behavior, though.
it's not club behavior to fight, bro.
Have you ever
I'm
been
saying,
to
I'm saying
Providence?
people, I'm saying
Club
people who
Events?
do that,
Nah, bro.
it's because they want to. That's
Yeah.
not the location making them do that.
All right, bro.
It was a while ago.
I
though,
got
but
you. I got
I
you.
feel like I seen a video and niggas was like hitting each other with chairs and shit, and it was like
I've seen that in
Providence.
Boston.
I have
Last
seen
week.
that in Boston.
Last
Not
week.
really, but really, like that's anywhere. That's anywhere you get people in a small place with some alcohol and
Providence
playing
gotta
Chief
change their
Keef. Like
laws,
that's gonna
bro.
happen.
Playing cheap. We're not playing cheap if I know R&B Silk.
Nah, it's so I'm saying at a
Oh,
function.
at some other
period.
function.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Because like we've talked about this on the podcast before, right? And I think that it's like important, like to like get other people's perspectives on it, right? Do you feel like Finito is a hit record? Because you're a
I
DJ, so I'm
feel
imagining
like-
that
So
that's
I
like
thought
this
you
is a
learned
question.
from that, bro. Like
I feel like it was
so
inconclusive.
wrong in this.
Let's
I'll
hear
let,
it.
I'll let
Let's
you
hear
hear
it.
facts.
But I also like don't care. Like I'm not like I don't listen to that song myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
He
But
thinks
like,
I
that
think
like
it's great.
why you keep
Finito
why you keep
is
saying he said?
a song
Yeah,
that.
Tomo
what you said.
No, you
Tomo's
said,
saying
I'm
this
telling
more
you,
than me.
I'm telling you what you said. You said
Both of y'all
I
probably
never
did.
even hear Finito outside of parties. I don't even know if it's a real song.
I don't.
That's what you said.
I feel that way. I ain't never heard it outside of a party.
And I strongly disagree.
You ain't never like listened to do your homework. I'm playing, but like, yeah. What do you think about
What
that?
environment would that
Is
be?
I think
Finito
it's a
a
hit
hit?
song.
It's a hit.
Absolutely.
Come on. You know what it does.
Absolutely.
When
I
you
feel like
turn
you
that
had
shit-
to be there. Like you had
Hell
to be
yeah.
there when it came out during that whole wave. Like if you weren't there and your only experience of hearing it is like out of function, then you're gonna be annoyed. Like
What other
Oh,
songs?
I'm not even
fall
annoyed
back?
when I hear it. I just want to know like what other people will think. You feel me?
If it's a
it's a hit. It's a hit.
To give you
The
The
context,
crowd will
it's
tell
not
you
a
it's
hit.
a hit.
It's a hood classic. It's not a hit.
It's
It's a hit.
It's
A
a
hood
hit.
classic is a hit.
So why is
They
it not
trying
platinum?
to, yeah, they trying to devalue the hood
Why is it not
classic.
platinum if I hear it so much at all these functions?
It probably is.
Is that like something to say about like
It's
DJ
top 40.
culture?
So I'll say that. So top 40 is like, which I personally
It's charted though. I
But
don't
why
think
is
it's
that the
charted.
validation? Like, see that now we validating
It's
like.
only the validation because it strengthens his argument right now.
Because
He doesn't believe that.
in,
either
in
gotta
any
be-
other
believe
conversation,
that.
if we're talking about other artists and we're
be
comparing
like,
them,
oh,
the
charts don't
moment you
matter.
bring up billboards, you're like, you did this, huh? Like, what does that have to do
I'm
with
talking about
anything?
anyone.
Nigga, that shit matter until you say fuck the Grammys. Just fuck the Grammys and fuck all that shit. Now, alright, you feel me? That shit don't matter. But right,
But I just think there's different versions of what a hit is, and I feel like. And that's why I want to know too. What other songs fall in that category? You just know when you're a DJ, you drop that song, the whole thing, everybody's going crazy. Like what else like falls in that category? I know-
Street, Waka Flocka.
That is a good one. What
That
other-
one goes stupid.
is
I'd
a
be like,
song.
yeah. Like, especially if you're like nice, like you just have like
Yeah.
a few drinks, it's done. Like everybody move away. It's one of those.
Is
trying
kill
to
shit on
think.
there? Or is that just like a?
I think it's just a
Beach
Brock.
I've seen some people get crazy to kill shit.
Niggas, I remember when I went to
I love the
college,
self-awareness,
put
bro.
that on. Niggas didn't really care.
I
for
love
that
the
song.
Really?
self-awareness, bro.
God damn.
I love that,
Trying
man.
to
'cause
think.
What else?
Like I literally have a folder in Serato that's just for that. Like, all right, like it's time to just bang them out so that people can.
I feel like
get it
you
out their
throw some
systems.
Pop Smoke, like
I wouldn't
It took me a while to get it.
anymore. Like
Not
it's,
anymore,
Type
it's
shit,
I,
facts.
like
During
someone
that
else is gonna
moment.
do it.
During
Someone
that
else is gonna
moment,
do
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
Wow.
gonna be the one to do it. That's just not. I like genuinely like Pop Smoke, but like as a DJ, like I still try as much as possible. I try to like stick to like something that like I want to play things that I would actually
like,
listen
yeah.
to.
Oh,
Like
Yeah, facts.
I do like Pop Smoke, like obviously, but I didn't DJ to play like, oh, I know this is gonna be a hit because
Yeah,
I heard someone else
yeah.
play it. Like
Well,
that's why I won't
you,
play
your own
Pop
you're there to
Smoke.
curate
Gotta
the
be
vibes.
both.
Yeah,
Not
it's
let
just
it-
like
Yeah, that-
let me just be true to like what I would play.
So what is your bag? What does the baby in the clothes bag look like?
It has many faces, honestly. When it comes to Silk, which has grown. Like my R&B bag is very different from when I started. I'm very much like 106 in Park R&B, like, but at the same time Soul Train.
So,
So,
like,
like
early
it has to be like
2000s?
like early 2000s, very Pharrell, Neptunes type of
Okay.
sound, and then if not that, it's like the total opposite, like Tina Marie and like super like
Okay.
old school
Yeah, so-
R&B, more like Motown really.
Right.
Gotta put us on to that. Like my bag, like
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, like if I go to a Silk event, is Keith Sweat gonna be in the rotation? I want to hear some Keith
It's
Sweat.
an R&B party, and the thing is, it's funny. Like people, this hasn't happened often, but people have a perception of like what R&B is. Like we don't play like. I don't want to say we don't play popular R&B because obviously we do, because like everyone knows we want everyone to sing along. That's like a big part of Silk, but we play like deep cuts. Like we play real ass R&B music, like
so
not
I'm-
just
I'm-
shit you're
I'm
gonna hear on the
basic. I'm
radio.
basic.
Like we play like R&B.
Like, I'm
for
sure there's
real,
gonna
for
be
real,
some
for
Keith
real.
Sweat in there.
That's
like,
real R&B. Yeah,
It's not just gonna be Keith Sweat, but
Like,
yeah.
right.
Jodeci, I mean, I guess that's the radio shit. I
He
don't
said,
know.
"Let me
That
name
is
the
a
radio."
mainstream
Yeah.
R&B.
No,
But
like
that's the
people
shit,
forget how
you
big
know,
R&B
Usher,
is
like
too.
obviously, like
mhm.
I don't know. I want to hear some. Is Party too? Like
Maybe
is
you're
Party
not- maybe
the-
you're not
in the
as
Silk
Party what?
bag?
R&B is
By
like that,
Beyonce?
bro.
Party
Beyonce?
Next Door.
Oh, yes. Every time.
Okay,
It's
thank-
always Party. It's Drake. It's
R&B.
It's R&B.
So
Like
this is
you
the
have
vibe-
to go.
yeah,
You just
no,
have
no,
to
I
go.
gotta
You just have to
I gotta
go.
These are the. I just want to know what the vibes are gonna look like when I get there. You know what I mean? Because
That's not fun.
Facts.
Going in with an expectation.
Facts.
You just gotta go to enjoy yourself.
that is a fact. But I like to be in my bag when I know
It's
like I can
vibes.
If
sing
it's
along and
R&B,
shit.
I feel like if you're going to an R&B party, there's a lot less I don't want to say stress, but like you can go in there with like no expectations at the same time knowing you're gonna have a good time versus like something else where like you'll be like, damn, they really about to play Pop Smoke all night or some shit like that if it's a hip hop joint. But R&B in general, and especially for Silk, like we really curate to people that love R&B music. So I would say you should go.
No, I'm gonna go.
When
you're
you're
gonna have a good
curating,
time.
when you're curating your sets, do you like take into consideration the DJs that came before you and what they've played, and not trying to play the same stuff?
Absolutely, that's everywhere. Like people always tell myself and like other DJs like, yo, arrive like an hour early at least or something like that. Like if you can, obviously, so you're not playing the same songs that someone else did. For that reason, I stopped like preparing my sets because say if you have like 50 songs ready to go and you just want to bang them out,
play like 5 of them already.
and then they already played like half of it, it's like, damn, what am I about to do now?
So you work on the go.
Yeah, you gotta really work on the go. You gotta really know your library, like just know everything.
And you also gotta know like, well, do you care so much about the vibe, like what, like kind of seeing how people are in like responding to the music, or do you not care as much because you don't want to play to them? You want them to just like take whatever you're putting out.
Yeah, so you want to have like a good balance of crowd control, but also like sticking true to you. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you can just read the room, and if you know it's gonna be a hit, like you kind of just know. Like you can, if you feel like say if the DJ that went on before me was on like a very like grown and sexy vibe, like Key Sweat and all that kind of stuff, you can lean into that for like 2 or 3 songs, and then just steer it away.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
sexy music.
that's really what it is. But yeah, you just have to read the room. You really have to read the room. It's really like a craft. Like I don't think anyone can DJ, even if you have good taste in music, because that's not what it's about.
Have you ever felt like you bombed at any time?
Almost every time.
Almost
every time.
It's like being a performer.
You're literally up there performing. It's hard.
But how do you
Is
judge
it one of those
that?
things where it's like you know it, but people won't realize it? But
Exactly.
Just like, next time I can't do that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Like especially working closely with Real P, like we're always like talking to each other. Like we communicate like throughout our whole set pretty much, which is like even without words, like we just look at each other and like we're on the same page or whatever. He'll catch something that I didn't or vice versa. But yeah, there's been plenty of times where I'm like, damn, that was fucking shit. And like I've realized that like if I think too hard about that, which doesn't take more than like 10 seconds, the rest of my set will be very like awkward because I'm like so fixated on like that one fuck up. So I learned, and a lot of times to your point, like you think you fucked up, or even if you did, the crowd won't know. So you can't let that control the rest of the night. At least for me, because I know it'll take over.
When you
everything.
say that, are you more so talking about like the transitioning, or just like maybe I should
actual
play this
song
record?
selection?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have an issue with song selection. I think my thing is technicality and like transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm still learning. Like I pride myself in like being pretty solid in that, but at the same time, like everyone has their fuck ups. Like it could just be timing. Like damn, I didn't mean to transition that like 3 seconds too soon or whatever. But yeah.
You ever be doing like the mashups and stuff?
Yes, I love that. I haven't like really done it. I did it live once at the past Silk. Now that Serato has that thing where you can do either a cappella or the instrumental. So I was like, ooh, let me just try right now, like on a whim. And I hadn't practiced it. So I did it that one time. Yeah, it was a risk, but it was early. It was still early. So it was like, there was a good amount of people there, but it wasn't like packed. Like you just like,
you don't want to take any risks.
Yeah,
when
you can't
it's
be
the height
doing
of the
that.
party.
You cannot. Like it's so not worth it.
That's not the
in
time.
my opinion.
It's not worth it.
It's not. If you haven't practiced it, or if you're not
Sound
like
she's speaking from personal experience.
no,
it
like
makes
I've
sense,
seen it.
Okay,
I've seen it,
yeah.
and it can make the party go bad so quick. And like if it's something bad like that, like people will talk about it.
Y'all ever seen
Like,
that
people
that
will
Let Me
come up
Hold
to
You
you.
video when they like stop the music and everybody's like, hey, what the fuck? Like it might be on that type of thing. Y'all never watched Let Me
Nigga
Hold
said we're uncultured.
Let Me Hold You? No?
Yeah, but they stopped
The
it.
music video.
Like
he's
in the
talking
music
about.
video, yeah.
I didn't.
No, I didn't see that.
I get what you're saying.
Music video's not in my head, bro.
I know the
I know
dance.
that
I
part.
know that.
like the part that you're talking about specifically.
You never seen
Nah.
when he's like pulling out the shorty's door? He's like, yo, look outside. And it's
When's the last time you watched the video?
maybe
Like,
like
the other day.
probably a year ago.
Exactly. That's why I haven't gone back to watch that. Who knows how long?
That's a hit.
I
bro.
feel you.
That's a hit. That's it. If we talking about hits, that's a hit.
Oh, that goes crazy. I said.
Oh, you play that at so too? I gotta go. Like, and the thing is, there's not too many events like I can convince my girl to go to because she don't got like the highest social battery. So I gotta really like pick and choose the events I go to. Because if I bring her to a whack event, she's not gonna trust me for the next one. You know what I mean? So I gotta pick. So I feel like Silk is the right one to go to, and I think she'll really enjoy it. So you feel me? And this might sound crazy, but I just feel like Silk is probably responsible for like a lot of kids being born in like the last couple of years since 2018. There's probably some like statistics on that like, you feel me? I just feel like 9 months later you got to look at the math. Like you got to see like
if you ever go and hear P, like real P speak on the mic, he be saying crazy shit. Like he be saying the craziest shit in the middle of a song, and I can see how that will result in some babies being made.
So the first time that I saw you DJ was in 2020. It was like at an event. There was like an event at Townfield Park, right? And it was like hosted by Lance Jackson and like some other people. And like there were a couple other people that were DJing that day as well. And it was like in between sets. I think like Gibb had a DJ set as well, and it was cool. Like back when he was like doing that way more frequently. And so I saw that set. Like we like listened to the music and like that like the vibes were cool. But like your set definitely like changed the vibes, and a couple of people that I know now that are like DJing like draw like that particular moment of like seeing you DJ, where like they're like, yo, that was what made me want to DJ. Like, how do you feel about being kind of like, at least in the position that you're in now, as someone who's like a staple in like the music scene and like staple in the DJ scene in this community? Like, how do you feel about kind of like the younger DJs? Do you have any advice for them? Do you have any like, you know, words of wisdom that you want to relay? Because I think you're a huge inspiration to a lot of people.
Well, thank you. I mean, I still feel like super new in terms really because like all the people that I've DJ'd with, or the majority of people that I've DJ'd with, has been doing this for at least a decade. So like I'm like, damn, like I'm really I just got off the porch. Like I'm just now here. It's
long with, like ways away. Like that's
is.
You know, at least what is it, 5 years in at this point?
Yeah, I mean, but you have to consider like COVID, like. Outside of like that event, like I really didn't DJ a lot. Like right when I was like getting booked, everything was shut down. So I was like, damn, like I almost like threw away my controller. I was like, we're not going back outside. Like that'd be crazy. But to answer the question, I was really like, no, we're not going outside. I'm
interested to know. Like
that was scary.
How was that?
Damn.
You was doing mixes.
I was doing mixes.
So why not push that back out?
Because I was so ready to DJ in like live, like in front of people and stuff, and I was just getting my feet wet, and I was starting to feel comfortable and like getting used to it and stuff. And I don't know, like I'd even like DJing like on like I didn't like to stream it. Like I thought that was so boring, like just sitting in my room DJing like with the camera in front of me. Like why would I do that? Like that's just, I'm not like social in that way. Like I don't have like a.
And you're not seeing the instant feedback of like, like you know when somebody's really vibing with the music, but it's just like, how do you know that through the screen?
One's in the chat.
Yeah, like I don't MC.
Like in the corner of the IG live or something, you know. So what did you do during, you know, the pandemic to get you by?
What did I do? I was very sad that I didn't DJ for a while. Because again, I just didn't think I didn't think it was gonna be my career anymore. I was like, there's no way the way
you really thought like we was
the way I viewed the pandemic, like I don't know how anyone was saying during the like lockdown. I was like, this is fucked. Like we're done. Everyone's gonna die. Like I was one of those people that was like freaking out. I was like, we're never gonna go back to normal. No, like I would go out, but like my friends would have cookouts. Like because it was summer, I was like, I'm not staying in the house. Like it's hot, whatever. And I would go to like small cookouts or whatever. But like in terms of like outside reopening, I was like, they're not doing clubs anymore. Like that'd be insane. Like I don't think the vaccine was out yet. None of that. So I was like, there's no way. Like anytime soon.
That changed a lot of things.
I was like,
started to notice like. Maybe I shouldn't be up this close next to somebody on like the grocery store line. Like, why are we packing up each other like sardines in the fucking elevator? And we're right back to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we learned shit. Like, you see all these concerts, like we ain't learned nothing from COVID. Like we're just as much on top of each other. Like
maybe socially.
It's almost like nothing happened, which is kind of scary. But yeah, during lockdown, I was really, I guess you can say depressed, because I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then I put out a mix, I want to say, and then that did well. I put out 2 mixes.
Which one?
Summer's Over interlude, and then I put out another one. Sorry,
I think my favorite mix of yours was the March Madness one.
That to this day, that's my favorite mix.
That's why I was like, yeah.
Thank you. That one's
know?
really old. That's like 2016.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry, I just want to look at the name, but anyway, it was more boom bappy. Oh, Feels 2. That one was the other mix I put out, and I had a lot of like Tribe Called Quest and shit like that. But those 2 mixes were very like emotion driven. Like however I was feeling, I was like, I'm just gonna play. I'm channeling into this. As like cliche as that sounds, but that's really how like my mixes in general were like born. Like just off of like, this is how I'm feeling right now. So boom, and they all had like a very curated theme and emotion behind it. But I made those 2 mixes, and then ICA hit me up to do this thing that they had called like Sunday brunch or whatever, and it was all virtual. So I did a mix for that, which was live streamed. So that was like the only time I did that, like live stream, and I was like, ooh, this is scary, but it was cool. Like people tuned in. I don't think it just wasn't fulfilling. Like it's 0% the same to like DJing at a party in front of people and just being around humans and not a fucking screen and some hearts floating on the screen.
The hearts floating on.
I was just like, this isn't gonna do it for me.
And you just feel like
you can get a lot better performing and like doing DJing in front of like live crowds as well. It's like a lot easier to kind of like get that like real time feedback and like improve as you
100%.
go and then learn from that.
Exactly.
And you feel like this is like, you feel like you was meant to DJ. Is that the end goal? Like
I
where
can
do you see
that.
yourself in a couple of years? Like,
yeah. Before I answer that, let me give some wisdom because I forgot to do that. Or some words of encouragement rather. I would just say like I said something recently along the lines of like, when you're DJing, like just play what you want. Like that's what's gonna make you a good DJ. Like obviously like technicality will come and that's something you wanna grow and learn over time, but curate to the people, but also like stay true to yourself. Like play what you want. Fuck all them voices in your head that are like, ooh, that's not gonna be good, or no one's gonna like the song. The amount of times I've been to a party, I'm like, damn, I'm scared to play this song, and then someone else played it, and the crowd went crazy. I'm like, what the fuck, like, and it took me like 10 times maybe to learn, like, just do that shit, like, trust yourself, you're fine. But that'd be really my encouragement. Like, take your time. You're gonna fuck up, and that's fine, but you just got to keep going. It's like anything, honestly. Like, just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going.
how many times did it take for you to learn to stop taking suggestions from people?
I never take suggestions.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and I hate to say, but like, I'm not nice about it. I think it's like so disrespectful. It is like so disrespectful. Like, please get out of my face.
Is it like the equivalent of like being a photographer and someone's like, no, I think you should take the photo like this? Like,
no, that's
that,
different.
like, never
That's
happened.
different.
I'm just saying, like, when
I think that's the difference though, is that like that never happens. Like that's not a real thing. Like no one goes,
Yeah, I'm like,
no one
is
goes
that
up to a photographer. You should be taking it. Like no one does that.
but is it that
like that never happened.
disrespectful?
But what I'm saying
I
is
thought he was about to say like in the sense of like, if say I book him for a shoot, that's more of a collaborative experience. If you're a DJ, you're curating a vibe for an event. So
But you
it's
might
like,
book a
I'm
DJ.
facts. But I was never gonna say that anyway.
But
I
then
was
you
gonna
would
say
have,
that
like when you book the DJ, you would tell them like, I only want this type of music at the party, but you wouldn't tell them specifically what to
What to
play.
play? Okay.
It's like do it
Yeah.
yourself then.
right. But also
No, that's literally my that's been my response. Like, at least in my head, I don't really say that out loud, but I'm like, damn, just do it your fucking self. Like, especially people like promoters, like those are the people that are like, oh, you need to switch this up, or can you play this? And I'm like, no, like, why did you hire me? Like, why did
that's
you
the
hire
thing
me?
is that people will take those liberties because I feel like they don't take DJing seriously
They
versus
don't.
photography, which is what I was
They
gonna
don't.
say. Is that like they don't care? Like I feel like people be like, yo, like DJing whatever, like anyone could play music. You feel me? Anyone could just make a playlist and whatever. Versus like they don't look at it as like a skill, but like they're
technicality
mistaken. You
aspects
feel
of
me?
it, yeah.
Because it's like playing like a playlist, and you can speak to this. Like playing a playlist is very different than like actually DJing and curating like a
The
vibe
random
based on
shot
like the
is
transition.
crazy.
It's not a shot.
Nah,
you was
It'll be a shot if I
you're not
like.
a DJ. There's a lot of
That's what I'm saying
fake
because
DJs
you,
out here
me
that
and
be
you have also like
bullshit.
DJ'd events, but like we've both like curated events with playlists as well. Have you DJ'd an event?
Huh?
Have you ever DJ'd an event, or is it just that?
No,
event?
no, not DJ. It's
Okay,
just
never
like
mind,
I had
never
the
mind.
aux,
But
and
like
I'm just
you-
gonna play
but-
music. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
the same
so
at all.
I thought
yeah.
you were my fault because I've also like recently been DJing like local events or whatever with
Really?
like tables. It's like
DJ Nick.
It's not fun for me.
It's
I like that's not.
hard.
I was like, this is difficult. I'm not.
It's not for everybody. You really have to have thick skin, like especially like being a woman and like being younger than like a lot of people that DJ or whatever. They just be saying anything, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, the audacity.
you just need to
is-
get out of my
That'd be
face.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. You really have to like stand 10 toes down. Like, look, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm big on like if I don't have a good experience with someone, or if I don't know. I have a lot of like, what's the word? I don't know. There's a lot of things where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna work with this person, just based off of like conversation or like how things went in an exchange. I'm like, yeah, you're not professional. Like,
Yeah,
at
it's like
all.
non-starters. You feel me? Be like, yeah, it's over there.
I'm like,
keep it over there.
I think to the point that was kind of said earlier, Like when you're at a party and things like that, and, people only think about I'm here to have fun or be in the moment. People don't see the work DJs do, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that actually look like? Like, what do you do with this, like, outside of the party? Like, this is what my life looks like.
What's your life like?
As of right now, like, so I just recently started DJing full time. So like I'm not working. So I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's dope.
I'm in the middle of figuring out what that looks like day to day. And luckily I already had stuff planned that I wasn't able to get done because I couldn't balance work life and DJing life. So I'm working on mixes, constantly working on playlists, because you should be putting out playlists as a DJ too, because not everybody wants to listen to a mix, and just other stuff like that. So right now, I think it's best to like learn my library, because I download so many songs like every other week and then forget I have them, and I'm in the middle of function like, damn, I don't know what to play. Yeah. But really, I have more than enough songs for it.
Paying for them songs?
Absolutely not.
That's why Finito not platinum right there. That's why Finito not platinum.
I respect it. Hey, if it's on the internet, it's free.
Allegedly.
It's free. I don't know any DJs that pay
Facts
for the songs, but
like,
I don't know.
Like, I'm supposed
like,
to be
why
making
would
money,
you?
not the other way around.
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
you.
I don't know the technical
I'll pay for
stuff
some
for real.
samples.
Still,
You pay for your plugins?
Yes.
Some of them.
yeah, some stuff.
Some
you
of
do
them.
pay
That's a
for.
different argument though, because music is like they're not gonna make that much money off of you like buying the song versus not buying the song versus like that. It's like if you don't buy that shit, they're not gonna be able to make it. Like they're not gonna be able to update it. They're not gonna be able to support the staff. That's just tough.
I need that
Type shit. That's a little different. But I feel you. I wouldn't pay for that shit either. No bullshit. I don't actually.
Like that should be so expensive. I have like thousands of songs. Like what?
Yeah. Library be like 100 songs at that point if you have to pay for everything.
Hey, be real familiar with the library.
Right.
Nah, but the reason I asked you like is if like DJing is what you see yourself doing for the rest of your like like as a career, establishing that and everything like that. I've been bringing it up a lot in the podcast, so they're probably sighing and everything. But like with the AI shit, I'm just fascinated with how AI is just gonna impact music in general. Do you ever
It's your boy DJ X.
like have you seen that? Have you seen the Spotify
Yeah.
feature? Like that shit is chips.
That's not my
obviously.
guy.
But do you ever think like this can get scary to the point that like they might not need not just a DJ, but not need a producer, might not need writers, might not need performers if like it's all being AI generated. Do you ever worry about that?
I feel like personally, the way things are going right now, I feel like it's more spooky to be like a writer, producer, rapper, singer than it is to be a DJ in terms of the AI competition. Because I feel like as a DJ, like the crowd really does need that like human to human
aspect of it,
interaction or whatever. In my opinion, at least, like I just feel like it wouldn't be fun if I'm looking up on stage and there's like no one there and it's just music playing. Like that's weird. Like I like seeing that the DJ's having a good time and just reading their energy, and because it feeds off of each other.
What if
I
there's
feel
a
like
robot up there?
that's weird.
Or
Unless it's
hologram,
Daft Punk,
right?
like I don't want no
Daft
robots
Punk
on
kinda lit,
stage.
though. Not gonna lie.
Right.
Any DJ, you want
I'm like-
Beyonce DJing today? You can have that.
The AI gonna take
crazy?
requests too.
Right, they probably will.
No bullshit.
with no
They're like
complaints.
recalibrating. I'm like, oh, my fault. Hold up. Let them cook.
But nah, it just crossed my mind too though that I feel like the AI just won't ever be able to do. It's like breaking artists. You feel me? I think it's the DJ's responsibility to know like this is an up and coming artist, so they're not even popular yet, and AI could never. It'll just never get to that point.
Yeah.
But will it matter?
Will it matter? I think
Will it
Maybe.
matter?
I think
Like,
it
think about it.
does.
Probably will. It'd
Yeah.
be
Do you feel like that's even
Search
like
for songs with under 10,000 plays. And
Yeah,
then
they
they'll
might
be
like their algorithm might be programmed to be like, I play
that's
70%
under
mainstream
10,000
shit that
though.
most people can sing to, play 20% like that low key shit.
Maybe.
Maybe the other 5-10 is like, the up and coming that you
about-
want to break. Like I'm genuinely like at first it was like, oh, bet I can have it do all these things for me.
And everyone
But
here was
now-
saying you're bugging.
No. Now it's got me feeling
Except for
away.
Yves.
Like I had a whole conversation with a couple friends a couple days ago, and one of them actually is a software engineer at Google, and he doesn't like work directly with the AI project that Google has. But I'm just asking him like,
Big
yo, let me know
board.
when this shit starts getting scary. He's like, yo, you ain't even seen nothing yet. Like, and even then I was listening to podcasts before, like other podcasts, and they're talking about it, and that's when it put the fear in me because they was just saying like kind of making it seem like if there's already a gap
you
between
think
like
it's iRobot some shit.
nah, bro, I'm telling you, I'm shook. Like
Everyone knows like immediately as they heard it.
if
Oh,
there's
this is
already a gap
dangerous. He was
between
like,
the
no,
haves
what?
and have-nots, what do you think is gonna happen when the haves are the people who have the money to be able to like train their own models and shit and come up with all these things? And at first it felt like we can kind of close the gap with the internet because you have access to all these things. But now they found another way to kind of just separate us a little bit further. And
You thought just because they had AI, that class inequality wasn't going to exist? You thought poverty was going to...
I'm just saying, it's a lot of ways we could take it. Like, for example, did you hear the Drake and Weeknd song?
Bro, that shit was chips, by the way.
I love that song.
Everybody's talking about, yo, that shit's so fire.
I haven't even heard. I didn't even hear it.
I think it's fire.
They took it down, but I didn't even get to hear it.
Thought
It's still on
like
TikTok.
It's disgraceful.
It's catchy. It's catchy. It's catchy. It's
Niggas talking
catchy.
about Justin Bieber and shit. Was like,
I heard it and I was like, it don't sound like Drake would have wrote it. It sounded like Drake. It just don't sound like Drake wrote this.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can tell like somebody else wrote that and
Man,
just
you
applied
talk about the Google thing though. It made me think like, what if AI doesn't take like our jobs, but it's like one day you'll be working for AI type shit. Like
Now,
you'll be
realistically-
realistically AI as your boss, like, and that's like all the head of the institutions and shit, and they still have the workers down below because they need like actual like physical labor. But like your boss and shit, people that you report to
just-
and write your paycheck
yeah.
is the AI. And
You
shit.
just skip like 10 steps. Like you got all the way to the boss. Now, realistically, they're saying that like there's gonna be an expectation that you need to learn how to work alongside the AI. Like your boss is gonna be
That's where it's
like,
gonna
yo,
start.
you
We
need to
already do.
You
We
need
have
to
our
improve your
phones.
productivity.
Facts.
Siri and all
Like
that.
That's a fact.
you feel me? I'm paying you this much, but you need to learn how to work with this. Technology so you can increase your productivity by 5 to 10 times, and you got like all these big companies buying warehouses and they're filling them up with robots, all the Amazon, the Walmarts of the world. Like it's actually getting nuts. But just on the music shit itself, what I'm like, my question to y'all is just like, do you think we can realistically see a space where it's being dominated by AI?
No, because with the whole Drake thing,
you said
was
you
it
liked the
Universal?
song.
I thought it was catchy because it was on TikTok. Like I'm very impressionable when it comes to TikTok. Like I can't help it. But especially when it comes to music. But I want to say, was it Universal or something? Put something out and we're like, we are protecting like humans, human artists. Like we're not doing that AI BS. So I don't know. I think they're gonna shut it down in the perfect world. However, if it's gonna make them hella money,
I think
they're like, fuck it. Like,
I think it's on that type of time. It's like I think they're, stopping that shit from happening because it's regular people doing it, but they're gonna use it for their. I feel like they're gonna use it to for their gain for sure. Like to start licensing like people's voices. Like, oh, you want to use Drake's voice to make a new song? Well, you got to pay this much to license it. And I think maybe not with someone who's popular right now, but imagine though, like we can keep Michael Jackson songs like.
And I was about to say that I
coming,
hope
like
artists have like the awareness to know to sign or put out whatever they have to put out to make sure that when I die, you don't take this technology and just run with it.
Oh, I think they're gonna let it happen though.
I'm gonna keep it
It's
a
on
bean.
the artist.
So
It's
much
on
money
the
off
artist to make sure that's like, that's in my contract. We're not doing that.
Facts, but I'm also gonna keep it a bean. Like that's gonna make them money, but only so much money. You feel me? Because like at the end of the day, like the allure of the artist for most artists, not Drake, is the artist. You feel me?
I had that conversation too.
Right. I think like Drake is very particular though, because like he has so much content and he also like the performances are like dope, but it's like there's been so many of them, and I think it's a similar thing. Maybe not with like someone like Michael Jackson, because like his allure was literally like his presence. Like he had to be there. Otherwise it was like, all right, his music was smooth. Like his music was great, but it's like I'm listening to this so I can go to the concert.
That one song.
If you're not there, you're not there.
On Scorpion, wasn't it?
That's the first.
Tight, and
that
that's
sounds
exactly-
like some AI Michael
What's that?
Jackson.
Final Fantasy? What's the name of
I
it?
didn't like it. I
was
didn't
bad.
like
I
it.
forgot what
Final
it is.
Fantasy.
Nigga, I didn't go back to that shit. It was bad.
That nigga Joe
bad.
Jackson.
You seen like the Michael Jackson feature? You thought, oh shit, Drake Mike.
That nigga Mike.
Nah,
I got the Evan Joe was like, you back to work,
I was
nigga.
smacked the first time I listened to that project. So I'm not even looking at the track list, and I hear Michael Jackson. I was like, ain't no fucking.
ain't no way.
This is crazy.
But
That goes off as your
and I agree with you. I do agree with you in the sense of like, I think people aren't just, they don't like people's music just because it sounds good. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who just listen to music and they're just hearing sounds and they don't actually take anything in. But look at like my example to, the conversation I was having with my friends was like, look at Beyonce's Lemonade. Like anyone could have sung that, but you can't like that project had impact.
Not anybody could.
No,
sing.
but I'm saying that project had impact because like you
interesting
knew
thing
the
you said
story
there.
around that project that brought it to life. Like sure, someone might have wrote
That's the
some
fact that it was
songs.
Beyonce's story.
That's the point I'm
That
making.
could happen to anybody.
But it's Beyonce. The fact that happened to
happening
Beyonce
to
had
everybody.
every woman shook. Like damn. Like
Facts.
even Beyonce.
Beyonce
The
could get
cheaters was
like,
like,
damn.
whoa, I can do anything.
Everyone was tuned in. They was like, oh, we need to hear what happened.
And,
we need
and
to hear
I,
her
and
side.
I think people will always connect with the artist
Short
on
film
that
was fire,
sense.
too.
So I don't think that's going. I think the last thing on the totem pole that's gonna get taken away is the performer. But I think a producer, like
Yeah, producers are gone.
I think
They're
producers are
done.
You're
done.
done
for.
for.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. No,
to
the
tell y'all
producers are
niggas.
done.
And
Because
then
the AI
producers,
beats be cranking.
like niggas already go to YouTube
I
beats.
feel like you guys are thinking about the. Actually, no, I can't say that,
Think
Bro.
about it.
I was about to say you guys don't think about the mainstream, but like the moment you just tell like follow this template, like this artist's sound,
Type.
like, do it. No matter who
And it's
it
gonna
is.
crank.
You feel me? Like
No, it's not. It's gonna sound way too quantized. All that.
That's fine.
for now though.
Most
for
people
now.
don't care, bro.
Most people don't. And the thing is, I think there still will be producers who are because the thing AI can't
You got
do.
something to say?
Oh no no.
My fault.
Now just introduce yourself before you start
But
talking.
like, I can speak in this way.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing about like a good producer is they help build an artist. You know what I mean? I don't
For
think
sure.
it hasn't been able to do that. Like Monte Booker, Smino, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they grow together, and I think they help each other like build. I just don't know if AI is doing that for an artist.
But that's the
think
thing. We're
they-
at stage 1 right now.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get better and
You
better.
think AI is gonna evolve the same way a human evolves though?
It's gonna evolve
Faster,
faster.
yeah.
Like do you
quicker.
already see how the space is
Like,
exploding?
Making
since it's
beats
moving
then.
faster, do
So
you
stop
think
making
like
beats then.
I'm gonna do that shit because that's what I want to do. You feel me? But I can't blame a label to be like, well, if we can get it from AI and it's free, or it's just a much cheaper,
exactly.
it's just cheaper labor than like charge it to the game, nigga. What can I do?
Facts.
And-
I'm gonna still do it because I
I'ma
love
still
it.
do it, yeah,
I love the
but, like,
game, but like the
It's
game
like,
is
damn,
changed.
you feel me? Like,
no, I think there's always going to be space for like original creators because the AI only knows patterns. It
Right.
can only take from what already exists. It can't
But the
have
thing about
until they
making
have the
beats
capacity to create.
is
new
that
shit.
making beats is also about patterns, though.
Exactly. No, that's why I
That's
think
why
it's
it's
mad
tough.
easy to replicate.
Because
But
like melodies,
there's always
formula.
going to be that new producer who changes the
Drum patterns.
sound.
let's not
Feel
forget
me?
too with that whole Drake situation. The AI was modeling a Metro Boomin sound.
Right.
The
Was it
tempo,
cranking?
you feel me? So it's like the
So-
beat was hard. I ain't gonna lie, the beat was
The
hard.
beat was stupid.
The song was ass, but the beat was
Nah, it
hard.
was like, yeah, hate ass nigga, bro. Give the AI
So
something.
imagine I could get a Metro Boomin type beat. I don't gotta pay anybody for it. It's my creative
They're
right.
gonna charge. Whoever's controlling that, yeah, they're gonna be
Sure,
like,
but
I
they
need
It's
the
gonna charge,
bread.
but it's gonna be
It's,
very, very
it's
cheap.
not gonna be.
gonna be
I don't think it'll be cheap.
It'll be cheaper than Metro.
If it's Universal, that's fucking
It is
putting that
cheaper than
together. It's
But I
done.
don't think it's gonna be gatekept by Universal. Like we have all this technology. Mad people are
if they can make it themselves.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
or use a service or whatever.
Because it's gonna be in house, have their
You
own
know?
AI model.
Like music
whatever,
is and I think the reason I think it's gonna dominate music is because music is already a thing that has no value. You know what I mean? Like you don't sell music anymore, you stream music. So there's so much expenses, but you don't actually see a return on music. And that's why they're pushing, merch and performing live and stuff like that. So if you can truncate those expenses
Yeah.
by using AI, you don't think they're gonna do that? And it's
Sure.
gonna start with the producer. And the writer, maybe you still gotta be
Well, the
a
writer
real
already is
person.
probably getting. Like,
I was gonna say,
the
we
writer
need
and the
the writer.
engineers are like getting like the worst.
Yo,
of the
why
worst.
they don't have no AI? Like I ain't seen
engineer
no AI
might be the
these
next
white
one too
artists,
on that
bro.
list.
What's up with that?
What?
I ain't seen no AI videos and none of these white artists. No AI songs. Like
Yeah,
why
no.
they?
Oh
Why they
yeah, they're not
they got-
popping. That's why
They
they're.
got
Ju-
AI
Oh,
Justin
no,
Bieber
man.
and all that shit. Yeah.
I feel you, but he also already sold his master, so he kind of don't care. I feel like he's good, but like the rest of them,
That
it's
nigga
like,
trying
yo,
to. That nigga
that's
got
kind
like
of
a
fucked
disease
up.
right now. That nigga got
Oh,
other
man,
problems.
yeah, he's-
no
he's
bullshit.
sick,
You
no
thinking about some
bullshit.
other shit?
Yeah,
So
why
how do
you
you feel
laughing,
about
bro?
all that? Like, does that scare you at all?
I think the other stuff that scares me, like it's like outside of music. It's like work life, stuff like that, like your day to day. Like if you think about your relationship with your phone now, like I'd be like, hey Siri, turn off the lights or shut off the music. Like I don't have to do that. And then one day
bullshit.
Siri's gonna be like, bitch, I'm not turning the lights off. But no, I saw this video like the other day, and it was some robot. I think it was in China or something, and they were testing it out to like do like manual labor.
Oh yeah, move
and
the
it
boxes.
moving
And it just
boxes.
stopped.
It unalived itself. Like
Facts, I committed suicide.
yeah, literally, it was like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
I was like, I
'Cause
don't
it
want to
was,
be a
too much.
slave.
Yeah, it was like, no, we're not doing that. So like shit like that scares me because I'm like some iRobot shit. They're gonna be
Yeah,
like,
straight
nah,
up,
bro.
like-
They're like, we're not doing this. If we try to
that's
make it a very
just-
like we try to dominate them, which is gonna have to be the relationship, but it's not gonna end well. There's no way it's gonna end well.
Yeah, bro,
as
that's
far
what
as
I'm
music
saying.
goes, as a true like music believer, I don't think even like your regular consumer that's like not an artist, that's not a creative, is gonna want to see Beyonce live still. Who's gonna see like Drake and stuff like that? They're not gonna want to see a damn robot pretending to be someone else, or even if they become their own artist, like no one gives
That
a shit.
Tupac hologram came out.
Niggas
They went up for that.
Niggas went crazy. For that.
Because it was Tupac, and like he died how long ago? Like
So it
20-something
might-
years
That
Am
ago.
I
was
working
corny
to
though.
benefit?
I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't like
It
that.
was.
It was weird.
That was mad
It was
corny.
weird.
though.
That freaked me out. I was like, ooh.
He wasn't even spitting for it. He was like, it was
He was
weird.
just,
Bullshit
it was like a
weird.
loop, right?
Yeah,
he was
it
just like
weird.
moving around. It was weird. I'm not worried for music.
Nah,
You
but
make
this,
beats?
I would love to. That's my next venture, as we were talking about, like where I'd want to go. I definitely want to produce. I just don't know where to start in terms of. I've had this conversation like a billion times, but I don't know where to start. But at the same time, I do. But currently, I do not make beats.
So what's
Yeah,
the
to answer
hold
your
up?
question.
Like, what's the hold up from just downloading FL or whatever DAW you want to use and
I
just
just need
like
to do it. There's no
You
hold
gotta
up.
do
I have
FL.
all the time now,
You
so
can
I'm
start
just
right
do
in
it.
Serato. Sampling
I
and just
know.
looping.
I know.
Just
So I
looping,
do
make it-
that. I do that like for fake, but like I don't want to like say like, oh, I made this little beat.
Fake. It's real. You're doing
Like
it.
really? I know. I never been like.
keep it a bean.
I
I
never
feel
want to
you.
like
You know how many-
discredit like because I know producers like put so much work and time and like
Cap.
I would hate to be like
Some of
a
them do.
DJ turned producer like overnight. Be like, oh look at this little loop I did. I made this
Some of the
beat.
craziest
Like
beats was looped.
It's just a loop.
I know, and those are some of my favorite
That's how I
beats for
started
real.
making
But
beats.
That's how they did it because they just had 2 records.
Yeah.
Just loop
Just
it.
spinning that shit back.
all right then,
Facts.
shit, I make beats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
claim that shit.
I make
claim that,
beats.
Claim that shit.
But nah, I've never recorded a beat and been like,
I was with you
Who
though,
wanna
because
do
I
this?
don't know. Like I feel like a lot
I
of
can't say
times,
that yet. That's
like
crazy.
I feel you. It's like you really
Yeah.
gotta have like you gotta feel solid in it yourself before you can really
Yeah.
like stand on it. You know,
Like
what
I know I can do it, and I know I
Right.
have like the ear for it for real. But like I can't sit here for real, and be like, oh yeah, I made this beat yesterday. Like I haven't tried to actually make a beat. I've accidentally looped some shit to try to make like a cool transition, and then like I was like, oh, I liked how that sounded, so I'm like doing it over and over, and then like I've passed that point. I'm like, damn, I don't know how to expand on this to make it
know.
like a
I feel
full
like-
blown beat.
Hearing you describe it, it's just like you're almost like discrediting it just because you think it's a little too simple. But sometimes the simplest shit really is
better,
all
yeah.
you
This
need.
is true. That's true.
making beats is also like it's not that hard. Like what? Like you say a lot. Like some producers be putting
You
mad
just
work
gonna
in.
take that easy?
Some of them
Mad
do,
working
but,
as
talking
in
about
like
me,
I don't
nigga.
know,
Ain't
like
got
I don't
nothing to
have all
Some of them do,
the
but a lot of
stuff
them,
to
it's
do
like-
it.
bro. I ain't seen people make beats in like 3 minutes and it was busting, and it's just like
I know.
Some people got it like
I
that.
actually
though.
went back to see how like the crank that was done in a
Yeah, you
minute.
seen
No,
that?
it was actually 30
it was
seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah, I
That's
told
a
you, bro.
force.
That's
They
insane.
made the crank.
I see the world record time for that beat is 27.89.
That beat's still hard.
Quick. He's like,
Ain't
that
about
beat is
the
not
time
hard,
that
bro.
shit,
That beat is horrible,
That
bro.
beat is pretty nice.
That
bro.
still goes at a
That
party. That still
beat-
goes up.
That beat is
Dog
chip.
beat.
Crank that still goes up.
That and
Crank
Pretty
that's
Boy
a-
Swag.
Nah,
Pretty Boy Swag goes stupid.
Yeah, the songs are smooth. Those are bad beats though. I'm not gonna. Well, at least Pretty Boy Swag might be
I
smooth.
don't think
It
they're
was
bad,
a
they're just
time.
aged.
It's
They're just
really
aged.
like you had to be
Hey, we was there.
Like,
I don't think
like
they're
it's
bad.
not
That beat was
bad.
steps there too,
And that
bro.
was
It just
not
goes.
That was
Hell
that
just
no.
goes.
That was
Hell
a
no.
conversation that we were having last, or what's it called, the other week when you're talking about it was a time like, and that was like that's
And
the
it aged
attachment
well.
to it. You know what I mean? But he's saying,
Hey, man,
if it's
Game Boy
good, it's
Advance
supposed
is
to
a
be-
time, like-
it's supposed to be timeless. If it's
If
that
I go
good,
back to Game Boy
it
Advance,
transcends.
I'm gonna still have fun playing. I'm gonna be like, yo, this shit was really like a PSP. That shit's not gas.
Like, I bought
Of
one last
course.
year.
You feel me?
To
It's
this
like
day, though,
like you like
I don't wanna
yeah,
play
bro.
no
I might buy
PSP to
another
this
one. No
day, bro.
bullshit.
Hell
Nigga,
no.
Really?
I'm
You're
like,
bugging.
What?
Trash
bugging.
ass graphics. Like I know what I've been
You're
exposed to.
you're
bro.
looking way too deep into it, nigga. Just
The
play the game, bro.
the graphics of the time were like that. But then you hear Crank That, all the beats at that time sounded better than Crank That's beat. Like
Mix ain't even that good.
no, you know, I'm not
The mix,
bugging like
the mix
that.
wasn't good.
Like, that's
however,
that
it's
is not
still
the
I fuck
standard.
with the beat.
It's like
I
the
fuck
song
with the
cranks,
beat.
but
I fuck
that
with the
beat.
You just know when it come on, like it just do something to your
Yeah,
body.
you remember
like,
it.
you know?
It feels dope.
and when I play the game, it makes me feel a type of way. It's the same thing.
But also
Yeah.
those are really good games.
really good. Depending on
No,
what
no,
you're
no.
playing.
You got a
Facts.
point. You got a point.
Midnight Club.
Like that's when I realized
Yeah.
too. It got to a
Yeah.
point where like you think that what you want is like the most realistic looking game and everything like
Nah,
that, or
you
just
want some
about-
shit that's fun.
I played Red Dead Redemption. I was like, this is the most boring shit in the
Red
world.
Dead Redemption
like
2.
Two.
I was about to say,
Two
don't
was
do the
ass.
first one like that.
It was just like it was just too real. It's like I ain't trying to like feed my horse and shit. Like that's too much work. Like I just want to go and shoot guns. Like why?
That game's iconic though. Lil Nas X.
He's in that game.
No,
I
but
think
without
he
that
just-
game, he wouldn't
Oh,
have.
I was about to
That's
say,
how
I
Old
was like,
Town
his
Road
songs
blew up.
in that shit. Like,
Really?
what?
Yeah, from the video,
It was like a music video with like
The
the nigga
AMV.
playing the Red Dead shit.
That's why he dropped
fuck
it.
with Lil
It was a
Nas.
joke song for that game that came out.
I see.
But I do want to go back
that's
to
my
the
guy, no
whole
cap.
breaking artists conversation and all that. Like, how often, or if you do, are you looking for like new music that's like, oh, like this is like just out, no one knows about this.
Every day.
No
I'll
one knows
add that
about
to my like day-to-day stuff. Like I'm just like scoping through SoundCloud because that's like how I started making my mixes too. And I was actually listening to them recently, like my older ones, and I'm like, damn, like I used to like pride myself in like finding shit that like nobody was playing. Like I remember when fucking, even though he's like canceled or whatever, I remember hearing Sheck West and I was like, this song, like Live Sheck West is about to be fucking crazy. And everyone was telling me to shut that shit off. And I was like, wow, y'all can kiss my ass. And then the next year it was everywhere. And I was like, wow, remember when? Right. But that is like a huge thing. Like that's like my favorite thing to do. I feel like a lot of DJs don't do that. To add to that in a weird way, I feel like what DJs are doing now more than trying to break music is like trying to make the best mashup, and it's like the most obnoxious shit now. It just be fucking trash. I'm like, why? Like, you don't have to mash up fucking Sade and XXX. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I heard a great mashup with Sade though, and what's that Drake song?
Might go.
Can't. I don't know. I'll play it after. But
Nah, there's an event and like the whole DJ set was just like, you know when they'll do like those sample reveals for the song, like they'll play this.
I like shit like
but
that.
that was his
The whole set.
The whole set
He
is
was
too
just playing
much.
the sample and then he'll transition it into the song. I'm like, nigga, just play the music, bro.
Like I've seen Kanye do
like
that
some
in perform
TikToks
like in a
played the
concert
music.
where he played PYT and then you hear the ending and it gets sped up and then it turns into Good Life. Like I think shit like that is
That's cool
super
hearing it.
dope.
You
once,
got to do
bro.
it once, yeah, and it has to be a
facts.
good one if you're gonna use it at a party.
And it's like a transition.
Yeah, because now if you keep doing it over and over, like now your set's gimmicky and like you're not really playing to play for the crowd. You're trying to like show off, and now it looks
I don't
corny.
even think that nigga knew all them songs. I think he just searched them shits up.
It was like what went on whosampled.com. That's what he did.
Yeah, I remember when we found out about who sampled no bullshit. That was back in the high school days, but now it's kind of cursed, bro. No bullshit.
They're getting niggas
So
caught
what-
up.
Sample detectives is down there.
So when are we getting the next mix though? Because your last mix it's probably like what, a year ago? that you
More
put it
than a
out?
year.
Yeah.
My next mix is coming out on Monday.
Oh shit.
No one knows that.
Sorry.
But here we
Oh,
go.
first.
Yeah,
It's
here
already
we
out.
go.
It's
By the time it's already out, and y'all gotta go just check out what type of
Type
vibes
shit.
are we getting on this mix?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
I
Who you
can
listen-
say that.
Who you listen to right now?
Shit. Literally everybody. What did I listen to? I love Lil Tyler.
Lil
I
Tyler.
love Lil Tyler.
Lil Tyler. Yeah, I've
Lil
heard,
Tyler.
heard that
Fire.
one song.
Waiter.
Yeah. No, I listen to Lil Tyler. I like Bash for the World.
Yeah, he's fire.
Dang, who else am I listening to? A lot of Brazilian and Portuguese like jazz, like bossa nova.
Word.
And a lot of house. Like I listen to house like every day, every single day. Like I listen to that almost more than everything.
Gotcha.
And I haven't stopped listening to Don Toliver's album.
He's not a big Don
We
Toliver
were just talking
fan.
about that the other day.
He's
I
another
haven't
artist
started
that I was
listening
like,
to.
dang, like
He's
niggas
gonna
need to
go.
get on,
Yeah.
and he's up now.
Really?
Like I was like early Don Toliver
Oh,
fan,
yeah.
like early.
Don Toliver's an industry plant though. How can you be early on him?
What makes him an industry plant?
Right? I'm like, how
He was on that song like he was on Yosemite, right? And then like he broke.
Can't say.
no,
Right?
he was.
Not Yosemite.
But he
can't
also
say.
dropped his own project like the same night. And he had projects before that.
What's the name of that? He has
That
a
sounds pretty
project.
convenient.
That's
If you
literally
ask me.
like
No, I
what-
think that's just
Well, the
that's
thing is
smart.
that,
That's
like-
smart in my opinion.
I'm dropping an
I'm
album.
on
the same-
Travis Scott, the biggest artist out right
Do you
now.
not-
I'm gonna drop my
bro.
first actual project out the same night.
Like
The
that's
first
he is an
project
industry
I heard was in 2018, and that was Donnie Womack.
But 2018
That's
is
when it came out.
Astroworld. That's when Astroworld dropped as well.
But I heard this before Astroworld. Like I
But
don't
I'm
know.
saying,
I was
like, he wouldn't
excited.
have-
I was
like, he
already
wouldn't
excited
have-
that he was a feature
I think he had
because I had already
Really?
heard
Because of
him
that album.
industry
because of
plan.
that project. Yeah, I was like, ooh, this is about to be
I-
crazy.
Industry
That's literally what
No,
it
the
is
industry
though.
plan's
Like,
like- The label found you out of nowhere and said, "Yeah, we just gonna make it into something."
that is what happened.
That's
bro.
not what happened.
Travis literally found him out of
His
nowhere.
father's
and
been
put him-
making music for a minute. He's been
That
making music
doesn't
for a
mean
long ass
anything.
time.
That's
If
not how he
anything,
got
you can
put
say
on.
More of
you
an
can say it's
industry plant,
nepotism.
bro.
You can say it's
Facts.
nepotism.
You can
But
say that
that's not
about
how he
Burna
got
Boy
put
That's
on.
too.
nepotism,
Then
though. I don't think it's an industry
Wait, how's
plant.
Burna Boy?
you can say that about him because his like
Industry
grandfather was like Fela Kuti's
that's not what-
manager.
that's not
Like
what I'm
that's
saying,
still
though.
like that
I'm
connection's
saying that
crazy.
he was making music before, sure, but like he's an industry plant, as in like the music was there. They just gave him like industry support to get him in to the industry. He didn't break on his own. Travis literally signed him to the record, to the label, and was like, "Boom, here we go." And now I'm
So
gonna put you on the biggest album of the
Anybody
year.
who doesn't
Boom,
like
she
build
played
up
too.
organically is an industry
don't
plan.
know
Is that
about
what you're saying?
Yeah, it was inorganic.
So organic looks
Just 'cause
like,
he had
like
the right
building your own
connects is
fan base,
inorganic?
going out, doing shows and everything to try to attract
I get
that.
it, bro. You don't agree, but like that's
I
literally
feel
what
like
an
with
industry
that
plant
logic,
is,
you
though.
can
He took him and he was
Everybody's
like,
an industry plant. Then.
yeah,
that's
like
a
you
fact.
can
He's like-
really
he's
just
like,
be like,
nah.
ASAP
Some
Ferg is
niggas
an industry
not.
I
plant.
feel like most niggas is not.
His godfather's Diddy, so he's an industry plant.
Who you talking
Oh,
about?
I didn't
A$AP
even know
Ferg.
that.
How's he
Maybe-
an industry
why is he
plant when
not
he
as up-
blew up as a part of a group?
I'm asking because his godfather's
The group
Diddy.
was organic. The growth of the
But you
group
can
was
say the group
organic.
got the look because they knew Diddy.
Nah,
That's not.
That's
what it-
not why.
yeah.
You like,
Everybody looks at
No,
it.
no, because
A$AP
that's what
Rocky
you
blew
guys are
up.
saying, though.
It had nothing to do with Diddy.
Ferg not even the most popular member of the
Hey,
group.
listen.
Maybe not even the third.
Hey, man. For me, a lot of that's what it sounds like to me.
But that's not what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
You're grasping at straws, my boy.
Cause
Like,
that's what you're doing, though. Because
No.
There's a direct link to the opportunity. You see what it is. He's featured on the album from out of nowhere. Travis Scott
Type
was one of the
shit.
biggest artists at the time. You look at the rest.
Look
of
at all the rest of the
project,
features. Exactly. Like, what are you talking about,
Frank
bro?
Ocean, Nav, all these niggas, and then Don Toliver. For me, it's
Stevie fucking Wonder, my nigga. Don Toliver.
man.
Like what?
Bro.
Yo, can I play
I
a
did
song
want
for
to
you?
go back to when you was talking about the music that you listen to right now. I want to ask how
fuck
important
with
you
Don
think it
Toliver,
is to play local music, and do you feel like
Not
you
a bad
play
thing.
local music a lot? Do you feel like that's a responsibility you have?
Absolutely. I think it's important, not just off the strength that it's local. Like, you just need to be playing good music at the end of the day. However, I feel like Boston is incredibly talented. And I listen like frequently. Like, if I'm in the car and I just hit shuffle on my 2,000 plus song library on Apple, it's going to be at least like 3 local artists that will just play.
Fire.
So like I take pride in that as a DJ, playing local artists and supporting them. Before I started DJing, I was at hella shows. Like, I used to go to shows all the time. So like I really think it's imperative, honestly, especially as a DJ. Like, fuck being just front or living in Boston and stuff. Like, as a DJ, you need to be tuned in to everything that's going on, especially right in your own city.
I guess that's a challenge though, that you kind of got to balance when you're DJing, because you want to be able to put people on, but you also don't want to play some shit that like no one's ever heard.
Why not?
No,
Unless it's, like, genuinely good music.
fire.
That's what you said. It got to be good music.
You
first
just
and
got to be
foremost.
good, and that's what takes it. Like, you have to know what's good for real. Like, you just can't like it can't just be like in your own world. Like, ooh, I really like this song. Like, you can like a song and know for sure like the majority won't like it, but if you hear a song, you're like, no, this is a hit. Like, you're gonna play that song.
So can I ask y'all, can we listen to a song real quick? Cause this shit fucked me up, and I just need other people to like relate to what I went through yesterday, right? So I'm driving last night. It's late night type shit, and you know, Nate always talking about how like, yo, I gotta open my palette, whatever. I gotta listen to new. I was like, yo, let me try this Spotify Discover Weekly shit that they got for me, this mix they put up for me, right? And I see this song, and then Bryson Tiller's the feature on it. I was like, oh shit, new Bryson. Oh, it's up.
Oh, that's funny.
You feel me? It's about to be a vibe. I just want y'all to hear this real quick. Oops. I just want.
And who's the artist?
Believe me, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off, bro.
Who's the artist?
You just gotta find out. You just gotta find out. Cause if I
It wasn't Bryson Tiller. It was not Bryson Tiller.
Shout out to our sponsor, Topo Chico. Like, I'm vibing, like I'm in the whip, like
Trying to turn my shit down. The lyrics.
but just wait for it.
Sorry, I
promise.
forgot. We're on the same one. It was mad loud.
I was like,
right.
I promise you, it's worth it. It's worth it. Just wait.
It's honestly not that good already, bro. No bullshit.
You hate
It started
it's a
off
vibe.
pretty bad.
It's a vibe,
It
bro.
started
You
off
hate-
it
pretty
sounds
bad.
like your typical Bryson Tiller joint.
No, for sure. Like, but like, it's not like you get Bryson all the time. So it's not. I'm not mad about it when I get some new Bryson.
But it's very
That's all I'm like.
oh, my fault. It's very consistent. Like, it just
sure.
sounds the same all the time, which isn't bad. But like, I don't know. This didn't move me how the joint he put out. Dang, and he sampled what was that 2000 song? I don't know. They made it like a club joint. The last song he put out before this, whatever this feature is fire, and I play that.
I feel you
Regularly
Like I said,
at a function.
it's on shuffle, the Spotify playlist. I'm just vibing. It's nothing crazy. Just wait for after
You
the song.
let it get this far?
Bro,
Yeah, I would've cut it off.
It was just a vibe. I'm cooling. Like, I'm not doing too much. Just relax, bro. Just relax.
Oh, the song is called Outside. That song that Bryson Tiller put out. That shit's
Y'all ready?
fire. There's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, your taste
Nigga,
in
that was
music is
hard, bro. How you
questionable.
turn that shit off?
It's like some like robot rapping.
You know this reminds me
How
of?
much you think he bought this feature for?
You think he bought the feature?
How you think he got it?
He must have been like a league or some shit. And he added like a version.
Moses, you think
He's
he
like,
did
it
some
reminds
Moses
me of
shit?
Imagine my face when that shit turned on, bro.
Yeah, your taste in music kind of questionable.
No,
now.
bro. Like I
For
said,
even letting it get that far.
We're from
it
worse.
was- there was nothing
I would
bad
have never
with the
even
Bryson.
knew that was on there, bro.
Y'all gonna act like there was something wrong with the Bryson part, really?
It was just,
It was just
It was
regular.
like-
It was regular. It was regular.
But
I
I'm
was
just
so
vibing.
proud.
I'm
I'd have been like, word.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
dope.
it's like the most amazing shit, but like just imagine like the look on my face of disgust. Like
Nigga
my
was like,
face
"Hey,
is
yo."
like it was like when I heard Honestly Nevermind for the first time, and I'm thinking it was gonna be something it wasn't. And the look on my face, it's just like, what happened there, bro? Why did Bryson
How did it-
allow
how
that?
did this
Like,
go?
why did Bryson attach?
Wait, so that's
Are you
Bryson's
sure?
song or
Are you
it was
sure?
He's the
nigga's
feature, and the guy's name is Papa Sean Boo. First of all, I shouldn't have even shouted him out. That is
Hey,
ass.
shout out-
You sure that's an
shout out to
official
niggas,
song?
man.
It's an official
Like
song,
you go to
bro.
Bryson Tiller's page, it'll be there. Like recently released.
Because with Spotify, you can put anything on
I was
there.
about to say like that could have been a
It's,
leak.
it's probably not an
Could
official
have been a
release.
leak,
It's
and then the
probably
person
just
added
like-
Look at the
verse to
picture.
it.
Oh my God,
And
no.
then, yeah, you know what I mean?
It's like
Nigga,
somebody's
Papa
uncle for
Sean
real.
Boo.
No bullshit.
Hey man,
Papa Sean
maybe
Boo.
he
How many
owed him.
monthly
Maybe he owed him a
listeners you got?
favor, nigga. I don't know.
Bro,
I
that
got at least one.
How many monthly listeners?
Young
250.
Rob.
1,000,
295,000.
95. I thought I said 50. My fault.
What's wrong with that?
That's too many.
Nigga sound like a hater now.
was
You hating on a
So
nigga
y'all-
bag.
Y'all think is that AI Bryson? Like I'm so confused. I don't know. Did he
Could
buy
be.
the feature? Like
I don't know.
That's probably Bryson's cousin or uncle or some shit.
I'm saying, man, this. I don't know.
Nah,
Something
bro.
going on that we
It's
don't
like
know.
it's more than likely just like a song that he found or like a leak or something like that.
And he just added
threw
the
it
verse.
on.
Why can't
You
be
think
his
so?
cousin or his uncle?
Niggas used to do
It
that
could
shit
be,
to
but
Cardi
that's
songs
like
all the
kind of
time.
unlikely though.
Alright,
It'll be like
Like
an
it's like very
unreleased-
unlikely that it would be like that because he's also signed.
I feel you.
Label wouldn't approve something like that.
okay,
You
that
know,
makes a
not-
lot more sense if it
often
was
than
just
not.
somebody uploading some bullshit to.
I
That's
could go on
usually
Spotify
what-
I
I
think
right
that's
now
what it
and
was. I don't
play,
think
like,
that was legit.
Mad unreleased songs that niggas just added verses to.
He has a lot of stuff on SoundCloud from forever
Cardi that
ago.
happened to the most.
That's
Lil
what
Bro,
I'm
just
saying.
trying to find a
You never
Cardi
just
beat.
been on. You just
Yeah.
never been on Spotify and then you see an artist and it's like somebody else with like a same name or like somebody else just uploading something on the like it happens all the time. I feel like
So why you put us through that?
no bullshit. What made
I
you?
just
was-
needed
that was
someone to
bad.
like relate to what
He just
happened.
didn't want to
That
be
fucked
alone
up
in
my
his
night,
pain.
bro. That fucked up my night. I was so sick to my stomach. I just like, but it makes sense because I just seen now.
So, like,
he got a song with Rick Ross. It's like okay.
Can I tell you something though?
He's just putting shit together now.
Can I tell you some facts? Can I tell you something?
This is what AI music gonna look like. I promise you. You gonna
I want you to
have
go-
songs with all your favorite artists if you
I
want.
want you to go back to that song, right? And this will be the third time at least that you listen to it. Cause you probably ran it back a couple times just to make
didn't. I
just
promise
to,
you
just to
this
be
is the second
sure.
time. This is the
But
second time.
go
Promise.
back to the song and
say,
then
don't
click,
recommend.
Yeah, no, click dislike, so that the algorithm can actually work.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why they gave you that song is because of the Bryson Tiller. But like if they know you're not trying to hear these random other niggas, then it'll make sure that that's
I don't
not
even
the
have
way.
an option for that, bro.
Whoa, you
And
want
I-
Discover
I-
Weekly?
I'd have to like click on it again.
I'm head.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Click on it.
No, I'm
You
not
gotta
doing
do
that.
it,
I'm
bro.
not doing
Well,
that.
give me that one more
'cause, like,
stream.
don't let it be within the first 10 seconds. Just click on the one
Algorithm gonna
before
think
it,
you
take it
really
off
like that
shuffle,
shit.
skip, and
I
then
don't even want to risk it, bro.
all
They-
I'm saying is the Discover Weekly method is bussin'. Y'all just don't know how to use Spotify for real.
Nah, I might actually like just go back to just going back to my like songs. I'm sorry, like that traumatized me. It's
Never gonna expand the palette.
I'm sorry
man.
that I did that.
I don't use
Did that to
Spotify
you.
Discover Weekly. I be using the SoundCloud shit. It's like the fresh finds or fresh uploads. type
Yeah, I
shit.
feel you.
I feel like SoundCloud would
Same
be more
principle.
like
But that's gonna be like.
SoundCloud's hard.
vulnerable to that.
It's way more sifting you have to do, but it's
Yeah.
nice.
And I was also about to say that's not based on your listens though.
Because I was even
Some,
surprised
there's
with
So
two.
I
There's
feel
one
like,
that's
yeah.
like fresh uploaded, and there's one like based off what you've been listening
Yeah,
to,
facts.
and it's like each section.
And they can base it off of like a specific song. Be like, oh, if you
Yeah.
like this, listen to this
Mhm.
place or whatever.
I was just surprised that you said you still on like SoundCloud even in 2023.
100%. Like, I will never let SoundCloud go. Like, never.
SoundCloud got some hits.
Real shit.
I just
Like,
feel
the
like there was
best
so
songs.
much more that could be done with SoundCloud.
Make a chance.
It's
to
doing
Rap
what it needs to
ruin
do for
SoundCloud.
producers and DJing. Like, we like live off of SoundCloud.
Well, that's because obviously you can't make money off of music that's not yours. So like,
like,
that's
mixes
why
and
like
stuff like that.
SoundCloud
It's like a home for it.
still exists. Exactly. I
But
feel-
also, it's a good way to discover artists though. And I
Yeah, a
think,
lot
like,
of
the
people are
music-
discovered on SoundCloud.
Yeah, the music that you're trying to like, if you're trying to like, not break an artist, because I also don't like that terminology. I feel like that's mad weird. That sounds weird to
Mhm.
me. I don't know why. Something about that terminology feels off to me. But when it's about like listening to artists and like finding like a way to curate a vibe, like oftentimes you'll find like a lot of hidden gems in a space where like not too many people are, or like the majority of people there are like looking for like that type of stuff.
I just feel like,
like a one-stop
more
shop.
could have been done. Like if I ran SoundCloud, I feel like it wouldn't be in the position.
Yeah,
it's
shoot
in.
Chance the Rapper, bro.
Like I like maybe
Fight him to the
maybe
death
I'm
with
just
that.
like
Take his hat.
overvaluing what I think I could bring to the table. But I would turn like SoundCloud to like kind of like a hybrid social media app where it's like everybody's got a profile,
They
and that
tried
could
to
be
do
that
that.
artist, like your artist page. It's not like the
Like I said, MySpace.
the main feature type maybe like,
yeah,
but the
I was
main
thinking
feature is still your music. Like, you know, you click on that person's profile, it has their information. Obviously, you could like interact with them, but in it has their.
I mean, I
stuff
feel like they
show-
did that,
but
though.
I will
you
say
do
that.
your
They
robot.
did.
You
did
have
that.
your
could
thing,
comment on
you can
specific
comment.
songs
But why
and
is
stuff
there
like
not
that,
music
like-
videos
No, they
on
They
SoundCloud?
tried to add stories at one point. Like, they
Why is
tried
there
to
no
do
music
random
videos?
shit.
Like why not have
Nigga,
music
'cause it's
videos on
YouTube,
SoundCloud?
bro.
But just imagine if there was one
You'd have
place
to go
for
somewhere
it.
else.
Most
yeah.
people wouldn't go. Most people wouldn't view it there.
That had already existed. Like, why would they make another one?
It'd have
Because
to be
I
innovative.
don't think
Yeah.
YouTube's
And it
the
didn't work.
best music
go to YouTube.
like
I'm talking about
listening
MySpace.
experience. Oh, you talking about MySpace?
There's a reason why MySpace went under.
Going on? I mean, I think it's dead now. Like, I don't know about going.
They're
under.
bringing it back.
Are they?
Yeah.
I heard that.
They're bringing it back.
I mean, it's open. It's up right now.
With all these social
create a
media sites
profile.
being ads,
It's
I don't
top
know.
five.
It
I
might-
need that as a sound bite. Bringing it
They're
back.
bringing it back. we edit that. That bullshit. That'd be hard. And add the reverb, the delay. back.
Are you worried with what they're doing with social media and everything like that? I know
I'm
you said you're
like-
big on TikTok.
No, yeah, okay. So I like live on TikTok. I don't have Twitter
Really?
because it's like it was too much. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
What is the best?
Missing out.
I was like, no,
That
and I
is the
haven't
one.
gone back. Like I've been without a
Twitter's
Twitter
the
for
hood.
like at least 2 years.
You said Twitter's a what?
Twitter's the hood, but it's like DC. You feel me? It's cool.
It's not cool. Like I don't know. It was just too much. Like I would like open my shit and like it'd be somebody beefing. Somebody went to like some celebrity went to jail. Whatever, the Patriots won last night, and then some porn. And I'm just like, all within like 5 seconds. I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, it was just too much. Like, it was like, especially like during like lockdown and like all that stuff that was
That was
going
a
on.
bad
I was
era
like,
for
this
Twitter,
is,
I'm
it
not
was
gonna lie.
terrible. I was like, oh, I can't look at this anymore. Like, I'm not trying to see someone die. Like, 5 in the, like 8 in the
Twitter's
morning.
good for
Every other
that.
day.
Twitter's definitely good for that. But I don't know, like, once you, that's the thing.
And I
People-
don't care about what people were saying on there. Like, it was just like too many opinions that were like just nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm
when
like,
you
y'all
do
are
think
just saying
about it like
anything
that,
on here.
like the amount
Twitter
of
to the
things you
podcast.
see and how much you actually end up retaining on Twitter,
Podcast
it's a
pandemic.
lot of bullshit that you.
It's a lot. It was just like information overload, like sensory overload. I was like, ooh, I need a break.
So are
And I
you
haven't
still-
come back.
Are you still active on Instagram just because like it's good for business? Like I know I need to be something. I got to be present on something, or is it like I do enjoy Instagram. And these are the things I like about it.
I do not enjoy Instagram for the most part.
I
Like if
say-
I could delete my Instagram and just keep TikTok, I'd be
TikTok's
happy.
not going nowhere.
TikTok's not going
But are you
nowhere.
creating
If the
content
government
on
got
Twi-
anything to
TikTok,
do with
or
it.
is it for you?
No,
Just like I'm
it's just I
taking it in.
enjoy it. Like I legitimately like learn on TikTok. Like
They do be saying
they
that.
have
That's
so
how I
much
feel
shit
about
on there.
Instagram.
Like it's like YouTube, but like
cut down.
cut
Compressed.
down. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
compressed.
digestible.
Yeah.
Very, very digestible. And I feel like they did a better job of like curating like the algorithm than like any other app. Like it is truly like your For You page is like really
Yeah.
dedicated
I
to
will
like
say, like,
everything that you're into.
The 2 seconds I am on TikTok every so often, like I'll be scrolling through the videos and I'm like, they're hit it. Like they hit. Like
They
there's
do.
not. It's not often where it's a miss or anything like that.
Right.
I
In
don't-
my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
That's
made
for
for
you. It's for you.
But
How I feel
Instagram,
about
no.
Instagram, though.
Instagram is like it's too much pressure. Like I don't know. It's just stresses. It literally stresses me. I'm like, damn, I gotta post like, especially with like flyers and stuff. Like I want my feed to look a certain way. I don't want it to be like
Don't
flyer,
post it.
flyer,
Too cool.
flyer,
See-
selfie. Like I'm like, dang, like it's
Almost
really like
just
a
don't
formula,
overthink
and I
it, just
can't.
post it. No bullshit.
If it was like MySpace or like whatever, like you can really just post whatever, or like
But you gotta
Facebook
think
back in the
about
day,
it.
you can just post whatever.
When
You can't
Instagram
do
first
that.
came out, niggas used kicks of the day.
You
When niggas
can't
post-
do
That's a
that.
fact.
That was not
But
what
You
it
was
can't
first
do
came
that
out.
as someone that's like where
That
you're
was not what
actually
was
being
happening when it first
watched. Like
came
you
out.
can't do that. Like you have to like keep like engaging with.
So you feel like you
gotta
gotta curate your time.
Yeah, you actually like as a creative, like you have to. It can't be some like
because
that's what
that-
You're
It's
talking
Insta
to
was
someone who
for.
does no type of
No, it's
curation for
because
his
it
page.
became a standard. It's like when niggas was making beats and with the YouTube beats and now everybody's selling $20 beats. That became a standard. So now that's what everybody expects. But if say like all right, nigga like Kanye or like Drake and shit, they start posting like that. Everybody's gonna start posting like that again.
Oh, for
became
sure.
a
Ariana
standard.
Grande
People have
with the long
curated pages.
hashtags.
Ever since
Yeah.
people started doing that shit where they post like the full big ass wall of like one big picture.
Yeah,
that
like
shit
the
fucked
different
whole
boxes
game
make
up.
one image.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
went back since.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually mad corny. No wood.
I seen but now everybody's doing the dumps and everything, and like now you'll even see memes in people's page.
That shit, I
wrong with
can't
that?
get behind certain
been
stuff.
doing
I'm
that.
just like, I don't know. Everything is like the same. Like and it's just weird. I don't want to conform to
There's other
that.
people
Like I
doing
can't
that?
do it.
Yeah.
There's everyone's doing it. It'll be
Niggas
like
play my
it's
swag, bro.
It's kind of
it's
played out.
it's
now.
so
Yeah.
played.
Nigga,
Like
what? Nigga, swag
Yeah.
jacket, bro.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit, bro.
Like I thought it
I've been
was
doing
just
that shit
like
since,
a
2009.
Finsta thing, and then when I started seeing people doing it like on their page, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like
What?
this is whack. Like why are we all doing this right now?
It's whack.
This is supposed to be fun. Like now you're making it like you're trying to be like
Facts,
cute
it's
and
kinda
shit. I'm like what the
cringy,
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like cringe. I'm like okay, like you
Damn.
can just dead
So
all
would you
that.
bring Tumblr back if you could?
I still have my
Whoa,
Tumblr from
Tumblr's
2011. Like I will never
You still
delete my
active on
Tumblr.
Tumblr? It's
not the
Yes,
same.
I
I'm
never
literally-
got
I
I never got
I have it in my
I've never
phone right
accessed
now.
The website, bro.
So then why you
I
even ask
don't-
that question? Why you ask most
Because
stuff
I know
you don't know
she
about?
enjoys it.
Tumblr, literally
Know about
Tumblr and SoundCloud and Vine
Kinda
like
learn.
birthed a lot of shit for me. Like
That's all you need.
that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
But what was
That's
the
all I
intrigue
needed.
with the Tumblr? I just never got.
Bro, it's the whole thing. Like I
Tumblr
could really
just
talk
gave me
about Tumblr all
vibes
day.
That like
Don't
all
say
my-
it.
like-
Don't say that.
all the people that I knew
Don't
were
do
just
that.
sad. Like they were
Oh
just
my
sad.
God.
Like they just
What?
curated
What Tumblr
their
was
day.
you
It was
on?
like fake deep shit. Like you know what I mean?
That's
It was
kinda true.
Super
No.
fake deep, sad. Like
But
it's
that was
where you
also
can get your
everything.
shit. It feels
It was
like,
like that
you
on
just don't know
Facebook,
how to
too.
process your emotions,
Only
so you
shit
get it
I
off
know
through some
about
pictures.
Tumblr is just like the use people have for it, whether it's like ASAP Yams, like Frank Ocean and shit like that.
Yeah,
That's the
like
shit that I know
Tumblr
about.
era was cool. Like when all them like New York
It's
like
engagement.
fashion kids was
Yeah.
going, like that was the whole thing. Fucking what was that swag era? Like all those like memes and shit. Like that was like dope at the time. Obviously it didn't age well, but
Tumblr was lit.
that shit was dope. Like I don't know, it was just cool. Like
did
you could
you
really
use your
just like
Tumblr for?
be currently.
Do you have it on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Open it.
That's
I
crazy.
have Tumblr on my phone right now. There might be some shit on there, but
Yeah,
I have Tumblr
Tumblr
right
was the
now.
original,
like I don't know. There's just like cool ass pictures.
blogs.
Like it's that's
But
not
it's
let me
like
scroll.
short form.
It's just like
blogs.
cool shit.
That
Like
makes
it's
sense.
like if Twitter were to be like
That was
curated and like
just like-
artsy, that's
Yeah.
what Tumblr would be.
Facts.
Because you could type a post or whatever.
Pointed towards your interests.
There's like hella like fashion shit that like you can't find anywhere. Not like clothing wise, but just like archive shit. There's like I feel like Tumblr now
say
is good for
something.
archived
Money
stuff
comes
that you can't find that you would normally have to dig for. But there's people that are dedicated to their Tumblr that are just finding
Big
old
facts.
ass shit. And
This
I
gives
just
me,
find a lot
like,
of inspo on there.
OG Instagram vibes.
No,
Kinda
OG
like where-
Instagram and Tumblr, you
You
can't.
don't think
They're
so?
separate.
It looks
It's
like it's
kind
just
of like that,
pictures.
but like it depends on what you mean by OG Instagram.
OG Instagram to me
Where
is
it's
like
just pictures. Like this
like
is a picture
2008,
app.
2009.
No, I'm not talking like 2013.
Oh no,
That's not
absolutely
OG
not.
then. That's like how many
Facts.
years?
I was
in?
on Instagram in 2008.
I wasn't.
I
Niggas was.
for sure was
2009?
not.
In 2009, I
out in
remember.
2009.
What business did you have even on Instagram?
I remember I made an
2009?
Instagram to follow Shay Carl, and they used to be posting pictures. You're like
I
beach
got on
day.
Instagram in like 2011. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It was
Yeah.
like beach day
I
and
ain't
then
got on
post
Instagram
pictures.
until college.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Really?
You know, bullshit.
He was mad. This
Wow.
nigga
Did not
He
use
was on
that.
Facebook.
I had
bro.
Twitter,
Real bro did
Instagram,
not.
and Facebook early.
Kick.
Real
That's not
Haitian
even
nigga,
social
though.
media for real.
Kick.
That's not social media. Like niggas
He's
Facebook
on
bro.
Kick.
for sure. He's
Was
on.
you on Twitter?
Wow, I had Kick,
Twitter.
yeah.
Twitter I had in high
That's
school.
not even
was on
social media, nigga. That's just chatting, bro.
We used to have Android, so you feel me? You gotta make the
Still
group
got
chat
the
work
Android,
some way. You
man.
feel me?
That and AIM. Like if you didn't have
AIM.
AIM.
was busting.
Aim was fire. Yeah.
Lil
It was
R,
a
Mr.
moment.
Badass at hotmail.com.
I remember one time I left my AIM chat open. My
Remember
mom
the
seen
names.
that, bro.
Oof, that was the worst.
It was bad. It was bad.
I used to get my shit off in AIM.
You spitting game in there
I
or
was spitting
something.
game. I spit game.
Never met
My
her.
mom almost read
You
my.
ever met her?
My mom almost read my shit before.
Oof. I feel like kids, like I don't know, they was just saying anything, but it's worse now. It's
Yeah.
way worse now.
Is it?
Like I think about like us when we were like 12, 13, 14, 15, and like, oh, we was bad, but like they are like, I don't know, they're just so exposed, like way more exposed
I
than,
thought I
than
was
we
I don't
were.
know.
I don't know. We was
No,
pretty
it's bad.
exposed.
It's
like,
bad.
when did you feel like you
I was
didn't
on the
know at
internet.
that 12, 13, 14 age? I don't know.
It's just different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit, I had no business seeing.
Bro, when
Like,
I was
for
in middle
sure,
school, bro,
for sure.
they was sucking dick in the bathroom, bro. I don't know. Like it's like to me, I feel like all this shit is like it's just like I feel like it's more like pointed though. Like it's more known about. Like
Yeah.
the adults like have more awareness of like the culture of the youth, and that shit is wild. Like just it's bad, bro. No bullshit.
Yeah,
But all the shit that I be seeing, I
this
feel like that
generation
happened when I was in
snitches on
high school and
itself a
middle
lot.
school as well.
Nah, it did, but it's just like I don't know. It's like there's a tone. This is like a different tone. Like it's more like it's mature in a way, even though they're like younger and stuff like that. But like the way they talk about stuff, I'm like, why are you worried about that? Like I feel like we weren't worried about certain things or speaking in that same tone the way that they do now. They think they're just like way more aware and like grown, and it's like weird as fuck. Versus like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna go to this party, but they're like saying some other shit. Like I'm gonna go do X, Y, and Z, and then I don't know. It's just too much. I'm like, y'all are wilding.
The youth don't have no more embarrassment.
Yeah, Yeah, they got no shame, bro. They got
no
no
shame.
shame.
There is true
No
in that.
bullshit. That's a
It's truth
fact,
in
bro.
that. Like,
They really
and-
don't.
And a part of me likes that, like, you know, people could beat themselves.
They got
and
embarrassment,
everything,
though.
but yeah,
got no shame.
We got to bring back the shame. People are doing anything for attention now. Like, I gotta ask y'all, how do y'all feel when you see those videos of people doing like everyday shit? And they're recording everything.
We talk about that. Oh my
Literally set
God.
it up. Like I seen a video girl at the grocery store, and she's like walking through the.
That's not corny, bro.
No, the corny shit is when
I
they're in the
think
bed and they
that's-
stretch.
bro,
And
the
it's
whole
like,
point-
like
they
you
like
were already
cleaning
awake.
their- that's
You
bad.
woke
That's
up,
bad.
set up your phone,
Yeah.
then got back
That's
in bed and
bad.
was like, oh, good morning.
Brushing
Like,
their
that's
teeth.
fucking
No, I ain't talking
weird.
about that.
That's bad.
or
I
even,
hate
like,
that.
you-
I hate that.
I seen that
Go
video, bro. That's not
outside,
corny,
you
bro.
set it up in
Thing
your
is-
front yard, and then
thing
you
is,
act like you left your house.
I
Like
understand where they're coming from. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but it's like, I get it. There's people who are making money off of that. You think you could do it too? You're trying to get to the bag? Do that shit.
Nah,
It's
we
not
talked
my
about this
business, you
before.
feel
I
me?
still think that's not
Do that
a
shit.
job for real, bro.
Nah,
But like
they're
that's-
trying to make it a
that
job.
video in particular though, she just showing like that's her. That's the type of content that she makes. So I don't think that's corny. But the waking up in the morning, like
They be
the only
like
corny part about
vlogging,
that
day
was
in
her
a
putting
life.
it in the trunk and then opening up the trunk.
That's mad funny,
and
bro.
then close
Like,
the trunk and then open it up again. I feel that, but like other than that, she just, you know what I mean? It's just videoing her walking through.
I don't know. I just feel like that's not the most productive use.
We do
of
need to
your
bring back
time.
shame though.
Like you're living your life twice, kind of. Like you know what I mean?
Like, you gotta do
one
it for
for
fake,
yourself
and then you
and
gotta
one
do it
for-
for
yeah,
real.
facts.
for real.
I
Like
mean, it's
That's a
just an
lot.
evolution of
One
niggas
for the
vlogging, bro.
likes.
Yeah.
It's just a step up when you really think about it.
Niggas didn't used to say that. They be like, do it for the likes.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for the
Do it for the
You
vine.
say do it for
Do
the
it for
vine.
the
All this
vine.
shit.
Do it for the
It's like, yo,
vine.
like it's just because it's like, yo, like we gotta. It's part of the aesthetic. It's part of the
It's just
environment
what
that
it
we
He's
in.
doing a lot of dumb shit. I mean, yeah, we
I just
kinda
think
on
it's
the same
weird
boat.
how
We
it's
do stupid
normalized.
shit too.
There's a lot of dumb shit.
Put him in
That
the
shit's
coffin
not dumb.
and just
But that
jumping
shit
on
was
random
funny.
niggas' cars.
Yaga.
That's still like
Yaga was
Now, as
funny
a kid, I was
too.
laughing. If a nigga
Trauma.
did that now, I'm looking at that nigga like, why are you doing that, bro?
say someone did that to your
I'ma
whip.
still laugh. No bullshit.
Nigga, we're banging right there, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, for
No,
what?
those pranks are getting out of hand. Like some kid got shot recently because like they just be fucking with the wrong people. Like
I can't even
taking
say.
people's shopping carts or like hitting them. They'll go in one aisle, like say if you're at Walmart or Target, they'll take like a big plush toy
Oh yeah.
and then like throw it over, or they'll take a big thing of paper towels and throw it at them and then be like, oh, what happened? Who did that? And then the dude gets really tight. I'm like, they really might smack you. Like, I don't know. They have like no shame, like no
being
nothing.
funny.
Like,
You're just being
and they think it's,
disruptive now.
yeah, like it's not funny. Like
kinda
you're
funny,
pissing
though.
me
It's
off.
Nigga, no,
Like,
it's not.
I feel like
It's
it's
not
funny because it's
funny.
harmless. If it's harmless, sure.
that's
Some
not
people be-
harmless. They be doing it to old people. I'm like, oh my God, leave them
stuff
alone.
that-
Like,
no bullshit. Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
some of the stuff,
they be
some of the
whipping
stuff be
shit.
bad. I feel like I'm saying if it's harmless, then that's fine. But a lot of times, like it's like little stuff that's like malicious. That could be
It
someone's
could be
last
harmless
straw,
to you.
bro.
Exactly.
I
bro.
don't-
but
That
there'll
could be
be like
someone's
there'll be a
last straw
guy
for
like
the
and they'll
month.
hit on like their girlfriend in front of the boyfriend. Like that dude
Yeah.
really might
Oh,
beat
I
you
seen a
up. Like
video
you're
where the
crazy.
nigga knocked the shit out of him. But I think
And they don't know when to stop. I think that's what it
Yeah.
is. They don't know when to stop. They want to get that one clip of the guy or girl, whoever, getting pissed off or whatever. But like, it's I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Because they be doing it
It's
for
not.
content.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
imagine
not
you
worth
walked up
it.
to someone's girl and then like he's right there and you're saying stuff and then you stop when you're supposed to stop. Where the dude's like, "Yo, watch out!" You like my fault, and you just walk away. That's even funnier. I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh at that way more than you like continuing
Frank,
and
be
then
funny,
again
though.
like
I
the
just
dude
think
getting
it's
mad.
Wait, what was you gonna say?
Nah, it's just gonna be. It do be funny like when they run into like real niggas and be like, "Yo, all that TikTok shit, I'm not with that shit. I really kill niggas." Oh shit!
I was like,
It's just they're like, "Oh my
bro,
bad."
I'm not gonna lie though. I kind of understand once the dude says that because there's always gonna be a part of me that's just like, dude,
Yeah, you
like, know what I
understand
mean?
till
I'm
the
like,
nigga kill you.
I'm like, wow. No, I'm saying like they should keep going because I'll be
Honestly-
like, as a viewer, I want to see what happens next.
You're
Honestly, I just-
crazy.
I'm like,
It's
dude,
just as bad as that's some. Nah, that's bad.
I'm
bro. That's
engaged.
toxic, nigga.
I'm engaged though.
Now
Like,
you gotta understand though.
Like, who
it's,
said the
it's a
phrase?
very
I'm not with
selfish
that.
way of thinking. It's a very to
100%.
think like that you can disturb somebody's just everyday life for your enjoyment. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just you grow up and you just
not
realize a
just
lot
your
of this shit
enjoyment.
is stupid. Like the shit you would have thought that was funny as hell when you were a little kid or with your friends. Like I be in I went to Target with
It
my
was
girl one
never
time,
funny,
and it was a
Rob.
group of kids, and they just randomly screaming. I'm just like,
That shit is
like,
so
who
annoying.
taught-
it
like,
was never funny,
Where's
bro.
the house training? With
But the
you
thing
niggas,
is, the
bro?
problem
No,
though
the
is
corn.
that like, and I'll say it from my perspective, from someone who like never did any of that shit and would actually like say like y'all are wilding when y'all were doing it. It's like the reason why they're doing it is because like no one's telling them that it's not okay. Who's amongst them? The majority of them think it's fine, and then there's not like people that are like structuring it in a way that's gonna say like, yo, you can do that, but like it has to be appropriate. You feel me? Like the boundaries are not set by their peers and they're not set by the adults that are around them. Like it's like no type of like authority figures in their lives telling them like this is what to do. Because their parents right there, they're not gonna do it. But as soon as their
Oh, but their
parents
parents
gone,
aren't there, yeah,
type shit. As
exactly.
soon as their parents are gone, then it's whatever.
some
Because
niggas will
there's
do
not.
it.
It's rare,
Yeah,
but
it's a slippery
there's not a
slope because
community anymore, bro.
I don't
Like
think
I feel like
I
they
don't
don't
think it
have a
has to do
community
with
of
just
people that are holding
bro.
them to standards.
Because I think there's been so much content creation that you just have to up the ante because everything's been done before. So you got to take it to the most extreme if you want your shit to pop. Like
some niggas just top, bro.
Or
no bullshit.
a
cinema-
or
you
that
know
too.
what you can
do
That
too.
used to like.
Huh?
You know
They
you
would
can
do
also do?
shit.
what?
Just get a talent. Get talented, get a skill.
Oh, I
and
mean,
do
nigga,
that. You
yeah,
feel
I
me?
mean,
Like,
but that's way harder than throwing shit at somebody at the
Man,
store.
niggas
Like,
would be doing that and not recording it just to do it just for fun.
And
And
that's-
that's be kicking out the windows of the train and shit, bro. I'm like,
And that's
why
what I'm
you doing
saying.
this? He's like,
But
I
did
don't
you
know.
ever talk to them?
I used to be like, bro, stop doing that shit.
And how many people were saying it with you?
A couple, bro.
Right,
Like,
but it
niggas
wasn't
just-
most
niggas just be
people. Other
tweaking.
ones
He
are
be like,
filming it. Other ones are laughing. Other ones are like, ha ha, egging them on. Because most people, because there's no boundaries. You feel me? Like the community is not there to actually set boundaries for people to actually like know that some shit
And
is
the kids a
acceptable,
little
some shit's not.
reckless.
Just need
I
discipline,
think
no
too,
bullshit.
and I think we saw
I'm not-
a lot of it this week. People just don't want to interact with other people because niggas is crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what happened to that girl? She went to the wrong driveway, got shot and killed. It's like,
Crazy.
for what?
Hey, bro.
When you tell a nigga, oh, don't do that, next thing you know, nigga just kills you. It's like, what the fuck? I could just avoid this by not interacting with this person.
yeah.
Hey, that's not even the
I
worst.
blame
of
a
it.
lot of
No
that on the
bullshit.
pandemic too. Like lockdown, like changed a lot of people. Like it just fucked people up
Mhm.
bad. Like everybody to an extent. Like it just fucked everybody up.
I don't know. I
shit's
kind
scary.
of miss it.
We need the therapy
I kind of
mandate.
miss that time. That shit
We
was
do
slow.
need therapy
Life
mandate.
Life was slow. You feel me? A lot of time.
You
on our
especially
hands.
need that.
What?
He's like, yeah, it was all great. It was like sunshine. You need therapy now more than ever.
Nah, I don't think so.
We
I think
all
was
need
cool.
that.
Everybody needs
That
I'm not
changed
knocking
the game,
therapy.
bro.
I'm not knocking therapy at all. With the direction that life is going in, I'm a little scared where we going, but I think we'll still find our way.
AI
you know?
therapist.
AI therapist. Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. that might be valid. I'm not
Shit
gonna lie.
might automatically fix you. Just be like, yo, you just gotta do this.
We're like, well, I'll be. we're like, I'll try it. I'm not gonna lie. Do it.
I forget the
Model
exact
citizen.
story. There was a person who had asked AI. It wasn't ChatGPT because ChatGPT wouldn't do it, but they're essentially like, "How should I kill myself?" And it gave instructions.
Oh, shit.
And it told him, "You could do this, you could do this, you could do this." And at the end, it was like, "But please remember, at least have a professional like assistant to help you if you want to like kill yourself."
Yeah, nah. This
I was
is,
like, that's crazy.
We gone too far.
It's crazy.
Okay, so before the world ends,
what a
on,
great
on,
episode.
on my bucket list, I just need to go to Silk R&B. Just before the world ends, I just need to get the vibes right, go enjoy myself, and just let the vibes be curated by Baby.Indiglo. So
When can we expect an event for someone who maybe doesn't want to listen to R&B music?
Like other music.
Yeah.
what's wrong with this nigga?
No bullshit. I was thinking that, bro. He's like,
It's
Silk for
weird.
niggas.
Nah, I
It's
mean, it's just
so
like, nah,
weird.
but it's a genuine question. People
Even
might be like, I
go
want to go to.
R&B shit, bro.
I'm not saying I wouldn't go, but I'm saying like something else.
You wouldn't
Just
go.
something other. I mean, I don't have anything
I don't wanna
that
be
I will
near that
be
event.
Why not?
putting together.
Imagine you went to like a
anytime
90s theme party
there's-
or a
But there's
DJ
hella
event.
stuff.
or
I was gonna say,
Honestly,
but
I
there's
feel like
mad
y'all
stuff
should
like
really
that.
like tap in with the other DJs.
Yeah.
Like, there's this other joint called like 99s in the 2000s, some shit. Like, that's a fun party. Like, you're gonna hear Wanksta and like
I'm not
shit
even
like
saying,
that.
like,
Like
Silk.
stuff
I'm
like
talking about
that.
something that you have coming up that's like you might be DJing or curating.
just
Let's
asked that.
see. Well, next week is Silk. Next Thursday.
Mhm.
And then after that, I don't feel like I can announce it because it's like not my parties, but
Got you.
I'd say like late April, May, or no, in Providence, I have the link up. DJ Corv, he's dope. He's done a few of those. But that's in Providence, not really in the city. However,
I think that's a little.
I don't know, and that's something that like I've been thinking about lately, and we've been saying this like we as in other DJs, we'll be at a function or there'll be something going on that's during the day, and it's like, oh, what's the word tonight? And there's nothing going on. We'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
it's really dry out here, and it's like type sad.
Yeah.
But so I actually don't have a legitimate answer to that
But there's
outside of
something to be
Silk.
on the lookout for. And if
For
anything,
sure.
if he asks that, just give him the answer that you give everybody with the suggestions. Nigga, make your own shit. If you want to go listen to that, go make your own shit, bro.
Nigga.
We over
Nah,
here,
there's parties.
we
I
didn't say I
vibing
don't
the
wanna
R&B,
Nigga.
bro.
Other shit.
Learn your one twos.
No bullshit.
Learn the two
Nigga.
step, bro, and
I never
just
said
come
that.
have fun, bro.
He did.
It's
I never
okay.
saw him
Nigga,
DJ.
I was with you in the guitar center. You bought the whole DJ controller. He's like, yeah, I'm about to start doing this shit. You
You
DJ
did-
this nigga show.
When did I
He's
buy?
like, yeah, I'm about to
When did
start
I
doing
buy? When did I buy a controller?
You buy Serato.
it. You
You
don't
see how
have one?
niggas do?
I
You don't
don't.
have one, bro?
You gave me that shit.
I might have gave you that. Shit.
That's
No
what I'm saying. The
bullshit.
niggas just made up a whole
But no,
story.
you did have it. You had one. You bought one
But
that
no.
didn't work, and I gave you the one that worked.
I don't know.
Hey man, all that,
yeah,
all
capping,
that
bro.
to be
Oh,
said,
yeah, bro,
we appreciate you for tapping in with us,
Nigga just
baby, in the
live
glow.
for free, bro.
I
gonna-
don't record it.
Whoa.
I want to thank our guests for giving us the time to chop it up with us. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you for having me.
And do you have any final words you want to say to listeners before we get out of here?
Just stay tuned. I don't
Stay
know what
tuned.
else to say. Stay
Stay
tuned.
Swag.
I'm gonna be making some moves. Maybe,
Word.
maybe not, but stay tuned.
I just want to see some producer credits from Baby Indiglo in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
for
I'll rap
sure.
over
Yeah.
the beats.
What? Oh, you'll rap.
I'll
Oh,
rap
for sure.
over the
For sure.
beats.
For sure. For
Okay,
sure.
I
For
bet.
sure.
Is that your lane? Like, what type of beats would you be?
I want to make all kind of beats.
I'll
Okay.
sing over
All
the
kind of
beats.
beats.
I don't know.
Singing, rapping, dancing.
You don't see.
Have faith in your
Instrumentals.
niggas, man.
You gonna sing over the beats?
Y'all, I made that tweet. I said, there's a reason that the universe didn't make me a singer, bro. I'm telling you, it'd be
So no?
over. It'd be over.
You know you could train yourself to be a good singer. Right?
Nah, but it's just like,
Nah, you just don't got it.
I just don't got it. I got a rapper voice. I don't got a singer voice. It's just not like that. But I promise you, if I did, when we talking about like the, having kids, everybody be popping out babies. I'll be next Usher.
All
I
right.
don't know, bro.
See you guys soon, man.
Hey,
Like we always say,
if y'all
rap.
enjoyed yourself, make sure to like, subscribe,
Everybody
share,
having
do all the good stuff, and make sure to tap into the mixes, the playlists, and even the events that Baby Indiglo be at. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Facts. Get us to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? The
Road to
giveaway
1,000.
is still on. If you
Swag.
see any of the Bradford community stickers, take a picture of it, tag us on Instagram or Twitter, and then you'll be entered into the raffle for the giveaway when we're going ahead and doing that during the summer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
say
This far
specifically
in the
what item it
video.
is, but it will be merch.
If you made it this far, comment AI therapist. We'll send you some stickers.
We out.
We're not pushing that agenda.